in Heavenly Sound School, Demonic Sect, and I introduced myself. My name is Jiang Hao. It's been 19 years since I was reborn into this world of cultivators. My stepmother sold me off to the Demonic Sect when I was little. Now I'm an inner disciple of the heartbroken cliff of the Heavenly Sound School. But this is not what I wanted. The Demonic Sect is full of danger. Risks are lurking everywhere, like walking on thin ice. Being stuck in a place like this sends a shiver down my spine all the time. Then I was seeing ability bubbles in the sky. Then I try to touch them and I absorb the power of the bubble. In the process of my reincarnation, I happen to obtain a cheat system which allows me to absorb the spirit bubbles of all beings in the world. Named Jiang Hao, age 19, I said to myself, I've been stuck at the 9th level of chi refining for almost 3 years. I can't believe I got 3 blue bubbles at once this time and thus filled up my vitality and cultivation. I can finally break through to the next realm now. There are 4 kinds of spirit bubbles that I know so far. Among them, white bubbles are the most common ones, and their attributes can be absorbed directly like spurt stamina and strength. Green bubbles are common elixirs and magic tools. What aren't they like? Bond Box's spirit gathering elixirs, spiritual sword. Blue bubbles are divided into 2 types, namely vitality and cultivation base. Upon collecting 100 vitality and cultivation base, I can make a small breakthrough and level up a bit. Purple bubbles are divine abilities. For every 3 divine ability bubbles I get, I can unlock a new technique or weapon. I said wait, something's wrong, and further thought the spiritual power of this herb field is quite limited. It's impossible that it could produce 3 rare blue bubbles at once. There's got to be a reason. I was thinking it smells like blood, it's blood rain. Then a lady was standing in the sky while bright red moon eliminated all the things and she was heavily wounded, and I said what a stunning lady. She pushed me down and then she was standing on me and she further leaned her towards me. I think I'm being assaulted. You are taking advantage of me because I'm handsome and you left without saying anything after taking advantage of me. What do you take me for? Don't I have any dignity? But it did feel good. I tried to say well. Then I thought I was in a closed-door cultivation for years. Someone attacked me by stealth. The poison spread all over my body and then I suffered from chi deviation. At last I ended up sleeping with, and suddenly red thunder started to strike down and she was looking towards me with her killing look. I thought what a horrible murderous look. Is she going to kill me? Then she was standing before me. I thought such strong spiritual pressure. She's very powerful. Then I said with a frightened look, heroine, let's pretend that nothing happened tonight. You don't have to be responsible for me. I'll get out of your sight right now. The #1 survival rule of the Demonic Sect, run. My first kiss. Then she took her finger towards me and I was thrown into the ground. I was crying in pain and I took a look at her. Then she asked me, are you a disciple of the Heavenly Sound School? I answered yes. I'm a disciple of the Heavenly Sound School, please don't kill me. I started to bang my head on the ground. Then I started to say, you'll be in trouble if you kill someone of the Demonic Sect. They won't let you get away with it. For the sake of your beauty and safety, me being alive will be more useful to you than being dead. And she threw apple towards my mouth and said, take this, and I started to cough. She said to me, remember, do not tell anyone about me and what happened tonight. Otherwise you'll vanish from this world. And then she left. She's gone. I guess she's the one who brought the blood rain, and because of her presence, the spiritual power in this herb garden has become even stronger now. Did these bubbles appear because of her? This is, and my stomach started rumbling. I thought, is it her virgin blood? It's her first time, and I started to blush. Oh no, how could it be that perverted? All lay low on the willing horse. Gosh, my waist. I was bullied and ridden. I can only blame myself for being too weak. Anyway, I've collected enough vitality and cultivation base tonight. I gotta hurry and make a breakthrough. Then I started to meditate. I've reached the early stage of foundation building. Suddenly a system notice appeared. Congratulations on breaking through to the early stage of foundation building. Unlock divine ability heaven and earth mirror. It sounds awesome, let me give it a try. And I started to look info. Analysis results: Jiang Hao's log cabin built by Jiang Hao 3 years ago with greenwood. It looks sturdy, but there are many hidden problems structurally. It may collapse at any time. Is that it? How useless. I'd better go to bed early and go to the library tomorrow to look for some information about the pill that the Demoness forced me to take. While there's some residues in my mouth, let me try to figure out the ingredients of that pill. Fritillaria, what the heck? The ingredients are all so healthy. Is it the type of pill good for traveling and killing? I have to check it tomorrow. In 100 Flower Lake, Heavenly Sound School. She was thinking the person who attacked me by stealth wasn't from the Demonic Sect. Judging by his moves, his technique should be 3 clarity skill of the Mount Tianqing. I swear I'll find you one day and skin you alive. You are back. You wish I died, don't you? That way you can finally replace me as the leader of the Heavenly Sound School. Why do you say that? After you were attacked, I chased after the attacker right away, but I lost him. Her name was Hong Yuya, leader of Heavenly Sound School, and then I came back here and prepared medicine for you in advance. You know I have a healing body. My blood, my flesh, my sweat, my tears, my hair. Every inch of my body is the best cure for you. Come here in the library. I've searched through medicine books for a whole day, yet I didn't find anything. It's mainly because there are too many unknown ingredients in that pill. Even though I am the herb garden keeper, I have never tried those ingredients before and I noticed something. Then I started to flip through the book, a divine ability fragment. Then there was a system prompt. Congratulations on obtaining a divine ability fragment. One more piece, and I can unlock a new divine ability. Named Jiang Hao at age 19, cultivation base, the early stage of foundation building. Divine ability, 2 of 3 unavailable. Suddenly women stumbled upon me. What a soft and yet firm rebound. Sorry, your book my lucky day. It's my lucky day. Junior brother, I've been observing you. Someone who loves reading like you is able to catch people's attention like an eye-catching firefly in the dark wherever you go. So much want to be with you, talking about poems, songs, insights on life, as well as daily necessities and mysteries of cultivation. We'll be by each other's side and live a carefree life together. Embrace this lovely world with passion and love. I don't have such worldly desire, amazing self-control. No, she's the most beautiful girl in the happiness chamber. I don't know why she's hitting on me, but my charm is not working on him at all. How come I feel nothing when being seduced by a beauty like her? Am I in Zen state of mind now? No way, I'm a hot-blooded stand-up man. There's no way that, as young as I am, I'm already. Is it because of that mystical pill? These changes began only after I took the pill. It all adds up now and I called senior sister sorry. But we should focus on study and cultivation for now. I am so amazing. Love will only slow my moves. That damn dumb head. Come with me. Senior sister, is it proper for us to go in the woods like this? Don't worry, I checked. We are alone. Senior sister, why did you bring me here? Something has been on my mind for a long time, and I have to tell you today no matter what. Junior brother, would you like to join the Immortals officially? Senior sister, how could you say that? We are demons. I was thinking senior sister Yunruo is the most popular girl in the happiness chamber. It's said the leader of the chamber has selected her as his dual cultivation partner. Although I'm handsome, charming, dashing, and heroic, my qualifications are still average. It's impossible that she's interested in me. Hold on, will the divine ability heaven and earth mirror that I unlocked last night work on humans? It's worth a try. And then I looked at her info and the system prompt appeared. Yunruo, at early stage of foundation building, an inner disciple of the Fallen Clouds Immortal School. Works undercover in the Heavenly Sound School to find out information about flower of heavenly fragrance. She asked, you are right. I am a true disciple of the Fallen Clouds Immortal School. I've observed you for days, and I can tell that your heart yearns to do good and you wish to join the Immortals. And there was another system prompt. Her identity is about to be exposed and she urgently needs a scapegoat. She's trying to bewitch you and trick you into covering for her willingly. I thought a scapegoat. Thank God I unlocked the divine ability in time and saw through her true intentions. Since heaven is on my side, then I'll just play along. If you help me get out of here, I'd love to recommend you to our school and become your dual cultivation partner. Dual cultivation? It means we can. He's only at the early stage of foundation building. He can't resist my enchantment after all. You have my word. Junior brother, you are such a good man. I knew you were the right person for me. I love you. Although I've sworn abstinence, it still feels good. As the saying goes, you'd be a fool not to seize it when opportunity presents itself. I've had enough fun. Silently I took a shuriken out of my hand and then attacking her from behind. She was hurt and tried to make distance from me. You were not bewitched by me. You are unbelievably glamorous and stunning, such a heartbreaker, anyone would fall for you. Unfortunately, the master of the happiness chamber values me highly and lusts after my body. Countless senior wed brothers of the Fallen Clouds Immortal School have a crush on me. If you kill me, they won't let you off. There's poison on the dagger. He's too cautious. How despicable. I shouted, your seduction doesn't work on me because I can't anymore, and I started to laugh evilly. What does that have to do with me? And threw my attack towards her and she fell down. I didn't expect being castrated would be helpful, otherwise I would have been dead today. Now I understand why some people would castrate themselves to practice butthole techniques. Luckily, his cultivation base is a little lower than mine. The 2 hits were serious, but not fatal. Once he leaves, I still have a chance to survive. Then suddenly footsteps came near me and he said, dream on. Then she was frightened. One final strike. Then I took my knife in my hand and killed her. Well, that is necessary. I got carried away again. I can't be like this. Staying strong but low-key, despicable but cautious is the key to surviving the Demon Sect. In the Demon Sect, murdering a fellow disciple, regardless of the reason, is a serious crime. The information that the Heaven and Earth mirror provided can't be wrong, but I don't have any evidence to prove she's a spy. I have to frame her. No, who acts first has the upper hand. I'd better report this to the sect first. Even so, I need to have a convincing reason. How troublesome. And from dear a bright light started to come. The angelica flowers smell so good. You sent the signal, thing leader. I heard the leader has been in a closed-door cultivation for over 10 years. Many young disciples, including myself, haven't even met the leader before. For all these years, Elder Baishi has been serving as the acting leader. How could such a small matter make the acting leader come in person? Jiang Hao of the Heartbroken Cliff is hereby greeting you, Lady Bai Ji. Yes, I sent the signal. I discovered a spy, and I killed her. Fellow junior brother, you are badly hurt. Let me take a look. You are a disciple from the spiritual herb garden. You should know that Angelica flower is a type of medicinal herb, so my entire body has healing power. Suddenly the wound started to heal. Jiang, you are only at the early stage of foundation building, yet you outdid a senior sister, who was at the middle stage of foundation building and even killed her. You are so amazing. I was laughing and told it's certainly what? Oh. I was almost tricked into saying the wrong things. Luckily, I'm a monk now. Aside from enchantment, she's able to make me let down my guard and show my weaknesses by using her scent and movements. It's certainly quite difficult. If I hadn't snuck up on her in a deceptive way, the one lying on the ground would have been me. Even so, I still got my ass kicked. Luckily, before sending the signal, I wounded myself with Yunrio's dagger. Otherwise, no one would believe that I could kill someone who's stronger than me unhurt. You know what? This disciple Yunrio was chosen to be the dual cultivation partner of the Master of the Happiness Chamber. Many disciples of the chamber are in love with her. You claim that she was a spy. Do you have any proof? Well, she admitted it herself, and I could tell that she wanted to kill me, so I attacked her first. In that case, I'll take your word for it. Just like that here. This is your prize, I exclaimed with surprise. Take this seed and make sure to plant it and keep it alive. If you can't, you'll be dead too. The elders of the sect already knew that Yunrio was a spy. Take care, Lady Bai Ji. It's not especially rare for someone at the early stage of foundation building to defeat one at the middle stage. What I don't get is that why she gave such an important thing to a nobody who's only at the early stage of foundation building. You were attacked by 3 clarity skill. With my treatment alone, you couldn't have recovered this quickly. Did something happen when you fell off the Heartbroken Cliff? The spiritual herb garden down the cliff is in full blossom, and the spiritual power is abundant there. It's difficult to find a treasure place like that in the entire Heavenly Sound School. The scent of the spiritual herbs suppressed the demonic energy in my body. The disciple in the garden is a master of medicine. Plus, I had some interaction with that disciple. The poison in my body was thus removed somehow. What kind of interaction? From excitement she started crying. Don't mind those small details. Anyhow, give this to him and tell him to plant it. This is then she opened the box. The seed of flower of heavenly fragrance. At the dawn of time, a flower was created in the world. After countless years, the flower of heavenly fragrance bore fruit and then produced seeds. This is one of them of heavenly fragrance. Why does this name sound so familiar? Bury it in soil and water it with 1 bowl of water once a day. After 7 days, it'll grow roots and sprout. The analysis results regarding Yun mention that RUO also she was lurking here to out information about the flower. An upright immortal worked undercover in the Demonic Sect for this thing. This seed must be very rare and unique, but watering it once a day with a bowl of water sounds like a game. No wonder other people can't grow it. Divine ability. A divine ability fragment. I'm so in luck. Sure enough, this seed is extraordinary. Name Jiang Hao, age 19, divine ability 3 available. Then I obtained divine ability calm mind. Pure heart feels so good and refreshing. My head has never been this clear, as if my brain had been filtrated. All my pores are open. Keenly breathing in the aura of all creatures. My perception has been greatly enhanced. I can even hear the mating sound that the little animals are making from this far away. Then there was 2 rabbit is doing something that we shouldn't know. I can even see the flow of spiritual energy between heaven and earth. I see everything more clearly now, and my ability to comprehend must have greatly increased as well, and it looks like a passive skill. I got to make a talisman to test it out right now. My success rate of making talismans has been remaining low, but this time I have a lot of inspiration. I took a pen and started to write. With 10 pieces to start with, I made 2 spirit condensation talismans, 2 spiritual sword talismans, and 1 flame talisman. I have a success rate of 50%. I'll get rich. It created a divine ability fragment as soon as I got it. Imagine what it'll generate after it sprouts. Must be amazing. They must think that a treasured seed like this needs to be planted in a special way. I bet they'd water it with the extracted essence of a lot of spiritual herbs and flowers. However, a high-quality seed like this needs only the most basic of planting methods. Outstanding and invincible in the 7th day. Dig and dig in a small garden. Plant a small seed that grows small flowers. The last bowl of water, then the plant started to growing. It's sprouting. That this is a bit too much. My vitality and cultivation base have maxed out. Name Jiang Hao, age 19, divine ability, calm mind and pure heart. I started to absorb. I've reached the middle stage of foundation building. I can't believe I broke through to the middle stage of foundation building in only a few days. It usually takes ordinary people decades to do that, but such a rare experience like this is bound to cause me trouble. Who knows whether this unusual level up is a blessing or a curse? I exclaimed with shock. Purple gold legend. I've never seen a spiritual bubble like this before. Name Jiang Hao, age 19, purple gold legend 1 Chaos Sutra, one of the innate scriptures in the beginning of time. Purple energy enveloped the world, and from it all living beings mere born. After cultivation, chaos purple energy will be generated to conceal your internal chi, which means it's a technique to hide my internal chi. That way, no one can tell my true cultivation base. This system is so thoughtful. The seed has taken root and sprouted. Water it with 1 bowl of water once a day and it'll grow faster. The description has changed, but it still needs 1 bowl of water every day. Even a small sprout is this powerful. How magical will it be when it starts to blossom and bear fruit? Anyway, whatever happens, let me try to sell the talismans I made first. Made talismans and get rich. See him. He's the disciple of the Heartbroken Cliff, who killed young Rio of the Happiness Chamber. But based on the higher-ups, young Rio was a spy. Whether or not she's a spy isn't that important in the Demon Sect. Young Rio is a natural beauty. Many disciples of the Happiness Chamber are in love with her. I'm sure some of them will seek revenge for her. Yet this kid still dares to show up in public. I'm afraid he'll be dead soon. I see. I'm in trouble, I guess. I was standing there in the walk towards me. Miao Qian, Happiness Chamber, middle stage of foundation building, and there was Lu Hao. Happiness Chamber, early stage of foundation building. Junior brother. How much for the talismans? They must come here to make trouble. I better stay away from them. Junior brother, are you mute? Huh, did I talk silently instead of out loud again? I said the talismans are quite expensive. I'll take them all. Mister, you are such a good customer. If you want them all, I can give you a discount, but I didn't bring any spiritual stones. What should I do? And the other one started to laugh as I thought they are here to make trouble. If I give in, everyone will bully me in the future, and that's exactly what they want. No. I must stand up for myself, but there are too many people around. I can only. How about this? Come with us to the Happiness Chamber and we'll pay you there. That's right, people of the Happiness Chamber. Never built, no need, senior brother. You can pay me next time when we meet. Thank you, take care. That's very smart of you. If I went to the chamber with you, I'm afraid I'd be killed. This Jiang Hao is such a coward. I can't believe he's the one who killed young Rio. He got lucky. Everybody could lay an ambush as I thought. This guy is a weakling. Shall we go again tomorrow? Of course. We'll go every day to suck him dry, senior brother. You are so bad, I like it. Suddenly they turned around and then a knife truck hurt. He was horrified and shocked. Then he made some distance and said, who is it? And another attack came at him and he was slammed into a tree trunk. He exclaimed with anger, you, why you did it? Senior brother, I'm here to collect debts. I'll take your money and your life. Those two are so poor, even a beginner level teleportation talisman costs 1 green spiritual stone. They came to me with only a few spiritual stones. They were trying to take advantage of me. Indeed, a disciple at the middle stage of foundation building can claim 80 green spiritual stones monthly. I wonder where they spent all those spiritual stones. They were stupid and arrogant. Junior brother Jiang, you look very pleased and proud. Even with no one around, you still like to talk to yourself inside. Who are you? A disciple of the Demon Sect indeed. Cautious as always. After all, if you accidentally say something you shouldn't have out loud, your life will be in danger. I tried to use Chaos Sutra conceal spiritual power, but he instantly came behind me. I'm Lu Xianchen from the Law Enforcement Hall. I'm ordered to come here to investigate something. Senior brother, these 2 bags look quite familiar. Where did you get them? They are mine. Storage bags like these are very common. Of course they look familiar. These bags belong to Miao Qian and Lu Hao of the Happiness Chamber, right? Some disciples told me that you argue with them at the marketplace. Shortly after, their bodies were found in the woods, and their storage bags were gone, and you happen to have 2 just like theirs. Do you have evidence? Their names aren't on the bags, and there's no their spiritual or either evidence. Thank God I concealed the spiritual aura they left on the bags in time using Chaos Sutra. The gaze of the Law Enforcement Hall is all the evidence that's needed. If I say you are guilty, then you are guilty. Then tie me up right now. If you can show me the evidence, you can convict me of the crime. Then I said, I've never seen someone like him. That way, I, a rookie at early stage of foundation building, will be remembered for defeating a middle stage expert and an early stage expert. I was kidding. I was only following orders to come here to ask you some questions. Jiang, although you had a motive, you are too weak and sensible to do it as it stands. You aren't very suspicious. I told you, a straight foot is not afraid of a crooked shoe. I, Jiang Hao, is not afraid of being flattered. Actually, the investigation isn't the main purpose. I have something more important to tell you. The sect has a mission which requires the disciples of all schools to clear out the Devil Realm. You were chosen by the Heartbroken Cliff to join the mission, the Devil Realm. Jiang, here's a piece of advice for you. You killed Yun Ruo a few days ago, and now you are also believed to be involved in the death of Miao Qian and Lu Hao. Although without evidence, the Happiness Chamber can't touch you. It also proves one thing, that one will die for nothing without proof. Others have the ability to destroy evidence too. On the day of the mission, the entrance of the Devil Realm, some people were standing there. Then a lady came to me and said, "Oh, you the weakest junior brother in this mission is extremely dangerous, so let me give you some terminal care in case you die." Terminal care? No, I didn't mean that. I said it wrong, and Jingshurgio from Ice Moon Valley was standing there, and the red women name was Xinuu Lighting Peak. Among the five, I'm the only one who's at the early stage of foundation building. Appear to be this mission is obviously far beyond my ability, and the people of the happiness chamber can't wait to swallow me whole. It seems that I'd either be devoured by the devil's aura, killed by the happiness chamber. I've been perfectly set up. Alright, let's cut to the chase. This mission will last 1 month. The goal is to search for the Devil King. There is, however, no need to kill him. If you locate him, signal the rest to surround him. That's all you need to do. Well then, let's get it started. Then they all left. How childish. I was flying in the sky and thinking, I am right. It's the two from the happiness chamber. They are determined to kill me in the devil realm. No one will care to investigate if a nobody like me dies. But why am I feeling so excited for no reason? I don't even have 30% chance of winning when facing two experts at the middle stage of foundation building, but it just feels fun and exciting even thinking about it. Since I have nowhere to run, I'll fight them. It's an emergency. I can't hold it anymore. I started to doing my job in the woods, and suddenly from behind me he tried to attack me, but I swiftly dodged his attack. Decided to show your hand, won't pretend anymore. Shut up and prepare to die. Then our attacks clashed together and I was thrown away, but I used my technique to attack him. Then a loud explosion was created. I must be careful. That woman is still hiding somewhere. Some red ropes attacked me and I was trying to defend myself, but the red rope surrounded me from all the sides. Then from behind me a lady appeared and they attacked me. I was struck on the stomach and I was heavily injured. I was hanging from a tree, and he said it's true that the ignorant are fearless. You sensed that we were following you and set up a formation in advance. But you think we didn't know that you buried a spiritual spear in the woods? What made you think that you could defeat two experts who were the middle stage of foundation building like us? You overestimated yourself. I'm not as perverted as you happiness chamber people. This is too much. You always use ropes and sticks and stuff. What did you say? You, come here. I have something to tell you. Wait, junior sister, watch out. And from behind her came an attack, but she swiftly dodged that. So funny you think you can pull such a lame trick twice. This is all you've got as a middle stage expert. Your crappy ropes aren't durable at all. You can't even catch me. Shame on you. I gotta piss her off. It's hard to deal with someone who's cool-minded. You punk, who do you think you are? She's so moody. The groundsome attack came, then I escaped. Junior sister after him. Shut up. I don't need you to tell me what to do. In the air I was trying to stop them, but they stopped the all attacks swiftly with their two weapon. The aura is gone very quickly. Is he really only at the early stage of foundation building? Shut your mouth. I will find him and kill him slow. Then there was a monster killing other monsters. I underestimated them. I'm afraid that my ribs are broken. Fortunately, it's the edge of the devil realm where the devils aren't that strong, so I can handle them. The quality of my blade is quite poor to begin with, and now it's become so dull. I wonder how much longer it can last. A rumble sound was coming from outside. What's going on? Where did the giant devil come from? Is it attracted here by my blood? It's impossible. I've used the devil's blood to cover up my scent. Hold on, its target isn't me. There's something else in the cave. A rabbit. How could it attract a giant devil to come after it? It doesn't seem to be special, and outside of the key the monster was trying to attack. I was concerned of myself and frightened. Then I picked in the little rabbit-like creature. This is the best opportunity to kill the giant devil. He was in pain outside of the cave. Little bunny, run for your life. That was a close one for you. I don't have time to take care of you anymore, and I started to attack the monster with my sword energy, and we both engage into a fight. In the end he was lying down dead. Then I started to observe his energy. Sure enough, only a giant devil like this can condense demonic crystal. The risk is worth it. Luckily, that rabbit diverted the giant devil's attention. With its level, it even produced a few blue bubbles, which can count as bonus. Using this piece of demonic crystal as main ingredient, my cauldron can exert a better healing effect. I was starting to heal. I can stay alive. Then suddenly the rabbit-like creature jumped on my stomach and I was wincing in pain. The rabbit, you didn't leave. Aren't you afraid of being captured by the devils again? Although my purpose of killing the devil was to obtain the demonic crystal, I did save your life at the same time. Even so, you can't follow me around just because I'm strong. Wait a second, you are just a small demon. Why did the giant devil hunt you all the way down here? And I tried to look into his information. Analysis results: spiritual beast, demonic rabbit at the early stage of foundation building. Spiritual intelligence hasn't yet been activated. Has ghost liars, bloodline fed by spiritual stones. The hidden bloodline will start to show in 7 days. Ghost liar, I'll get rich. Wait, what are you doing? Don't, that's all I have. I was sobbing there. Even if you wanted to eat the spiritual stones, you should have asked me for permission. He burped a vitality bubble. My goodness, this rabbit is amazing. He burped another cultivation base. Go ahead, eat as much as you want. It seems that this devil realm is filled with opportunities. Next I need to focus on improving my strength before the people of the happiness chamber find me. And I started to dig some grass into the woods, and 8 days later, it's about time, and behind me are lying monster corpses. Go ahead, found the leader, not his mate, all badly injured. Need help? How? It's Jiang Hao's messenger bug. The devil leader is the target of our mission. Let's kill him and get the reward. Hold on, you said nothing about saving Hao. Don't go. This mission is actually a trap set by the happiness chamber for Jiang Hao. The mission itself is only secondary. The two from the happiness chamber will go for sure. They were flying in the sky. He said the devil leader showed up. Be careful, Junior sister, no need to worry about me. My target is him over there. He's hardly breathing, he's dying. Help me, the devils are so scary. Well, Junior brother, when you sent the message seeking for rescue, you thought Xianu and Zhang Shiju would come to save you, right? Unfortunately, it's us. Help me. Okay, alright, I'll show mercy and help you end your. Then I suddenly pulled him and kissed him with my sword. You with a scary face. I said to him, I fated. Then to attack came towards me by piercing stomach. You were using your fellow senior brother's body as shy. Senior sister, you are so ruthless. He was dying anyway, why not making his death serve my purpose? Evil bitch, I guess we underestimated you. Although I don't know how you covered up your vital energy, I'm certain that your cultivation base is higher than the early stage of foundation building, and now, I'll have a good fight with you. I'll crash your bone one after another. You know what? I do envy people like you. Talented, smart, and spoiled. You never feel embarrassed to take other people's generosity for granted. I just can't stand people like you. Cut the crap. Then suddenly skies started rumbling. I'll tear your ugly face into two with a bright clash of a thunder sword. I tried to attack her and she was hit by my attack. Such a powerful blade, where did you get it? Why didn't you show it earlier to throw us off? I won't tell you, she shouted. You. Then she was slashed in two halves by my attack. Finally, problem solved. Had not been for you, I would have been the one lying on the ground right now. 1 day ago, the 7th day of feeding the demonic rabbit. According to the analysis result, its hidden bloodline will be activated after 7 days of feeding. It's day 7 now. What will happen? Here it comes. Then a bright light flashed into the sky and thunder strikers came raining down. Then a sword fell from the sky by the lightning strikes. You mean you will give this blade to me? Then I will take it. Analysis result: Taichu heavenly blade forged in chaos. Bear the meaning of Taichu and had the power of opening sky, can be used as a natal magic weapon which will grow with you together. Bear the meaning of Taichu and has the power of opening sky. It's just that my cultivation base is still low, so I can't yet fully unleash the power of this blade. It's all thanks to you, little rabbit. Right, let's see if there are any changes in you. Analysis result: Ghost Liar demonic rabbit spiritual intelligence has just formed at early stage of foundation building, has hidden in deep Ghost Liar bloodline. Feed it with 100 spiritual stones a day in 49 days. Its hidden bloodline will be further activated. More bloodline available. The first one already generated a Taichu heavenly blade. Its will be even more amazing next time. Little rabbit, you will be my lucky charm in the future. When this is over, I will work hard and earn a lot of spiritual stones for you. Then the rabbit hid in my clothes. What's wrong? Then a woman was standing in the bushes and then she started to say, hungry. You want some food? Suddenly from behind a snake attacked me. I noticed that in time and escaped from the attack. What is it? It bit me. Then the snake lady attacked with her snake-like ears. She was trying to attack me with a big bite, but I escaped. Suddenly the snake heads come out from ground and bit me on the legs. There's an ambush. They are tying me down. She attacked me again and I was thrown into the wall. You brought it on yourself. Luckily, I turned the blade in time so it could relieve the clash damage for me. Otherwise, I would have been killed. She was shocked when I attacked her suddenly, but a snake head protected her with a lightning flash. I killed her with my sword demonic crystal. I obtained another piece of big demonic crystal. Where is it? Suddenly from behind she tried to attack me again, but I easily knocked her. You can't fool me with the same trick twice. You are the real snakehead. What's going on? I feel so dizzy. Suddenly its teeth are poisonous. Then I look back, it can divide its body. This is so unfair. One by one, they all started to attack me. There are too many to kill. Is my life going to end like this? I thought I was just getting lucky and stronger and going to reach the pinnacle of my life. Is it the flashback before death? I've forgotten what my parents look like. Fortunately, I slept with a woman. Although I've been a coward all my life, I did have my moment once. However, my life is still meaningless. Time seems to go by slower. I open my eyes and I extremely with shock. Wait. This is the effect of the divine ability, calm mind and pure heart. My mind has never been this keen and clear. Then I stood up and started to attack and kill them without any mercy. I don't want to die. Two ladies were standing before me and then I opened eyes. Junior brother Jiang, you woke up. You guys saved my life. We got your message, so of course we come to find you. Bullshit, if you wanted to come, it wouldn't have taken you this long. I've buried the two from the happiness chamber, Xi and Lu Fan of the happiness chamber were killed by the python, and you avenged them. Right, she can easily tell from the wound it was me who killed them. Why is she helping me? A pure fluke. Senior sisters, thank you for saving my life. You are our fellow brother. It's our pleasure to help. As one of the devil leaders, even though the python was badly injured after fighting and killing the two, it was still quite powerful. I'm so impressed that you killed it all by yourself. If we are in trouble in the future, hope you can also lend a hand in return. Yes, I will. As it turned out, they can tell that I killed Xi and Shai, Lu Feng, and the python, and that my strength is way beyond the middle stage of foundation building. They had no reason to kill me for the happiness chamber anyway, so they might as well just save my life and let me owe them big. The people of the Demon Sect are so crafty. After returning home, I slept for 3 days in a row. Later, I found that my vitality and cultivation base both reached 100. My body must have absorbed the energy automatically while I was unconscious after killed the python. This incident actually helped me reach the consummation of foundation building. Soon I'll be able to enter the golden elixir level, and I used Chaos Sutra to disguise my real strength and make it look like I was only at the middle stage of foundation building. That way, some people would believe that I had the ability to survive the devil realm. I also took the demonic rabbit with me secretly and kept it in a spiritual herb garden. Something's wrong with the elder herb grower. Ordinary people who work for the Demon Sect. Something happened to the herb garden. He's gone crazy. Watch out. Stay away from him. And I killed him. He's gone crazy. How could he suddenly become like this? From behind me he was trying to attack, but I killed him with my sword in an instant. There are 2 of them. Then I started to look into their information. Puppet 8 years ago, Yunhua of the Heavenly God Sect planted Puppet seed into his body, which was later possessed and replaced. It was an attempt to destroy the spiritual herb garden of the Heavenly Sound School and help Mao Tianqing attack the school. Yunhua of the Heavenly God Sect can plant puppet seeds into the people of the Heartbroken Cliff and turn them into Puppet A. Looks like we've got another spy. I've got to burn this Puppet A. In the sky, some explosion created. When I saw that, I shouted, "What's happening now?" In the sky, 2 forces were clashing with each other. The attack of Mao Tianqing lasted for days. This is the territory of the Heavenly Sound School. In theory, they would be at a disadvantage, and yet they still came a long way here to look for death. I don't think it's as simple as it appears to be. However, those conspiracies aren't something that a low-level disciple like me should worry about. Yanhua's plan of destroying the herb garden is working. The herbs now are running a little short, and then Lu Xingchen came. Wutian Pagoda. Wutian Pagoda is the place where the sect holds captives. Once being locked in the pagoda, the captives' cultivation base will be absorbed and forcibly suppressed to the chi refining level. No matter how powerful and invincible you are, you'll be powerless inside the pagoda. On the excuse of lack of manpower, Lu Xingchen ordered me to work here. Is it a trap set by the happiness chamber again? Are you junior brother Jiang Hao this way? Please. I'm so glad you are here to help. I heard you killed a devil leader in the devil realm. Young as you are so strong and powerful. It makes me feel so safe. I'm flattered, senior sister. May I know your name? My name is Yanhua. Isn't she the immortal undercover agent who planted Puppet A in my herb garden? The Demon Sect is filled with immoral spies. This is the minefield under the watch of the Wu Tian Pagoda. Except for some key captives who are locked up in the pagoda, most of the captives will be sent here to mine for us after being deprived of their cultivation base. This place is covered by the magic formation of the pagoda. The captives who are only on the chi refining level won't be able to escape a restricted area of the Demon Sect. Indeed, the spiritual power is abundant here. There are countless spiritual bubbles. The air here is so fresh. No one else can see the spiritual bubbles. Then mine cultivation increase. They are here. Junior brother Jiang, you are responsible for taking these 2 to the 6th mine. You'll be in charge of the 6th mine from now on. As you can see, you don't have to tie them up. They are only on the chi refining level now. They are no match for anybody. With a speechless face, I was silently looking at them. Something's not right. Based on the detection of calm mind and pure heart, these 2 are still at the middle and late stage of foundation building. At least they must have used some magic tools or tricks to avoid the suppression of the pagoda. I'm so tired I can't walk anymore. Junior sister, get up. Stop messing around. You get up. No. Then suddenly I slapped her on the face. Then she shouted back at me, "How dare you hit me? I'm the daughter of an elder of the Profound Heaven Sect." And then again I slapped him. "You are only a prisoner. You are just a nobody. How dare you insult me? I'll show you the night and day difference between you and me." Then I tried to attack her with my sword, but he stopped it with his hands. "Master, please calm down. Junior sister, let's go." "Don't waste time, master. My junior sister was born with a golden spoon. She hasn't got used to it. I will discipline her." This guy strikes as fast as lightning and retrieves his move smoothly. His strength is far beyond the seemingly middle stage of foundation building. Let's restrain our cultivation base. I can't beat him here. Keep moving. I didn't want to kill you anyway. After all, you are our precious labor force. So mine hard and maybe you can last till the day when your sect comes to redeem you. After I left, she was clutching her teeth with frustration. That man just said don't waste time. Waste whose time and why the rush? It's bad. They are up to something. I said to them, "You 2 will be responsible for the mine in this area." "Okay, no problem. Maybe your cultivation base is on the golden elixir level outside, and you have superior strength that makes you stand out. But in here, you are nothing but 2 helpless lambs that are at my mercy. Don't even think about escaping. You know the consequences." "We got you." "Understood, master. We are on the golden elixir level. Why do we have to tolerate him? Even if we killed him, no one would find out." "Junior sister, you should thank me. If I hadn't stopped him, you would have been dead by now." Don't think you can bully people around just because you are the daughter of an elder. This is Demon Sect. If our plan is ruined because of your willfulness, I won't let you off even if you are my junior sister's senior brother. It hurts, Ren, the daughter of an elder of the profound heaven sect at the early stage of golden elixir. I got it, I risked my life to bring this charm here. I can't let them find out, let's keep a low profile and wait here for 7 days for the final offensive. Alright, in 7 days, I'll kill that guy for sure. Those who are able to launch a sneak attack against the demon sector, all experts on the golden elixir level and above. These two are too cautious. I've been gone for a long time, yet they are still whispering. I can't hear anything, forget it. I'm sure they are up to no good anyway. They are concealing their real strength for a reason. If I can't beat them, I can at least run away. The detection of calm mind and pure heart tells me that this rock is very special. They were all looking at me when I started crazy digging. Holy cow, I'm so in luck, there are so many bubbles. The supervisor works even harder than miners, he must be out of his mind. Is it necessary for him to compete with us? Dig? I can reach golden elixir level when I collect 100. I spent the next few days mining like crazy while some people were scheming secretly. If I can collect enough spiritual bubbles in time, I may have a chance to survive in one day. Hey, listen, demon boy. I'm tired of digging. Any advice? Why is she so arrogant all of a sudden? Even though she concealed her real strength, her current cultivation base is only at the early stage of foundation building. She's challenging me on purpose like this. Isn't she afraid that I'll give her a hard time? Wait a second, and I started to look into her information. Analysis result: Ren, the daughter of an elder of the profound heaven sect, colluded with her senior brother Sidu Jian and removed the suppression of the Wutian pagoda with the magic swap spell. She also sealed her cultivation base with spirit restraining talisman. Now she's lurking in the minefield of the heavenly sound school, waiting for her sect people to destroy the pagoda, and then taking the chance to rescue her fellow disciples trapped here. The strike time is coming, so she'll recover her cultivation base to golden elixir soon, and she's trying to provoke you and kill you. I see. So, let me guess, you were this arrogant because your plan is about to come true, right? But have you thought about what you'll do if your sect fellows are intercepted and unable to rescue you? You guys will end up dead here, at least at this moment. I can kill you in a blink of an eye. How did he find out our plan suddenly in the sky? Attacks were created on the barrier to broke it. It's senior brother Xuan Yuan, he's here. The formation is destroyed. My cultivation base is back. Oh yeah, I can do it again. Our sect people are here to save us. Run, you insignificant demon. What are you going to say now? And I started to run off. Don't run. Didn't you just act all cocky a minute ago? You demons have no martial virtues. I swear I'll kill you, junior sister. Let him go. We caused big trouble here. The Demon Sect will send reinforcements soon. Don't let the good opportunity that Xuan Yuan created for us go waste. Fellow disciples of the profound heaven sect and other immoral fellows, hurry up and get out of here quickly. Jiang Yuan Ta, profound heaven sect with angry face. She pouted. Actually, I have another way to kill him. I was trying to hide in cave and said to myself, it's so exciting to show off and then run away. Luckily they didn't have time to linger around. I would have been screwed if I had to fight them. Junior brother, I'm glad you are alive. We had a hard time to defend the front gate and the Wutian pagoda was ambushed. Let's go find help. Oh, sure, look, the enforcement is here. Then I turn it back at me. Attack me. But I dodged it. Duck you, I knew it. You were bad news, though. I don't know how you found out I'm a spy. I have to admit that your reflex is good. Then she jumped away, but in that case, suddenly from my behind plants started to grow what? She already planted a puppet seed in me the moment we met. Back then, I had no idea she is Yanhua, so I let my guard down. Then the plants which are growing in my back started to attack me. Ren Shuang of the Profound Heaven Sect will pay 2,000 spiritual stones if I kill you and you happen to find out my real identity. Now I can silence you and get paid 2 birds with 1 stone. But I suddenly attack her and cut down her one hand. Only 2,000 spiritual stones. She underestimated me. It won't help even if you break it. My puppet seed can feed on your blood and flesh to continue to grow. I know, that's why I'm going to guide the heavenly thunder on me and burn myself. Then you'll be burned to death. Doesn't matter as long as I can kill you ahead of time. No way, I'm at the early stage of golden elixir, for God's sake. Is he also? I turned back and then took a look at her. Blood was dripping from my mouth. Fortunately, I made Yan while lower her guard by concealing my cultivation base so I could defeat her with 1 blow. But come to think of it, none of them was easy to deal with. I wonder if our sect in the sky to cultivator were fighting with each other. Who are fighting this time? That's the disciple of the Profound Heaven Sect, who just destroyed the Wutian pagoda. You think you can run away after destroying the formation of a Wutian pagoda? You are dreaming. I'll capture you and make you pay. I don't think you can hold much longer. It's too early to say who will die. It seems that they are both on the nascent soul level. A nobody like me can't be a part of this. I'd better get out of here in case get hurt by accident. Hey, junior brother, come here and help me. I'm on the same level as him. I've restrained him. He can't move, and you can do anything you want to him. How can I believe you when you look like that? Any second counts when 2 top experts encounter each other, yet you even dare to get distracted. I'm afraid you can't hold till the reinforcement is here. Senior brother, look, I got wounds all over my body and I've lost my spiritual power. I can't be of much help. Although you are only at the middle stage of foundation building, as long as you strike with full strength, you can break this deadlock and I can take him down. If you don't help me, I will kill you if I survive this. I took a stick and hit him on the face. You were dead. Sir, I didn't mean it. Oh no, and the man too punched him on the face. That's horrible. You should take part of the credit for this. I'm Man Long of the Flood Waterfall and you are Jiang Hao of the Heartbroken Cliff. Please don't say that you should take full credit for this. Man Long is one of the top 10 disciples. He's amazing indeed, junior brother. Now you are talking. I won't forget you. You just said you'd kill me. I'll be grateful if you leave me alone. How could I dare to steal your thunder? It's only been a few days, and there are so many blue bubbles already, even a divine ability fragment. So happy with the time my cultivation was increasing. My lady, what brings you here again? She locked my hands, then slammed me on the wall and started to kiss me. So warm, feels like a warm flow is surging in my body. Your chi circulation is disordered and your meridians are blocked. Let me help you smoothen them. At the same time, I can use your yang energy to replenish my yin energy. Thank you so much, my lady. Right, she always comes from nowhere. I haven't had a chance to look into her and find out how strong she is. This plan has sprouted, and then I looked at her information. Analysis result ? Her strength cannot be identified by heaven and earth mirror. Is it because her cultivation base is so high that not even a cheating system can tell? What did you do to me? Then she kicked me on the guts and she asked. I don't think she knows what I did. But how did she sense it? None of the people into whom I've looked noticed it before. Nothing. Although I don't know what you did, I could sense that your spiritual power fluctuated a little. The activation of heaven and earth mirror hardly requires any spiritual power, yet she still sensed it. Sorry, I was badly injured in the minefield and I haven't recovered yet. Sometimes I need to adjust my chi for recovery. That's why it fluctuated a little if you say so. What's going on? It's from that time. It's a gift for you. It's 9 Heaven Bracer, a type of spiritual body armor that can be integrated into your body and cannot be seen by others. Thank you, my lady, but why do you give me such a valuable gift? Before she left, she said to me to save your life. Save my life. I'll be in trouble again like she said. Just in a few days I'm in trouble. Law Enforcement Hall, Heavenly Sound School. Only when the situation is serious will someone be taken to the Law Enforcement Hall. But it seems there are only 3 people here. As it turned out, her ladyship gave me the 9 Heaven Bracer that night so I can use it to survive today's trouble. But I can only use the bracer to break free from this chain. Under the watch of the acting head and 2 school leaders, how can I escape? Ruo Wuchang, the leader of the Heartbroken School. Greetings, Master. As the school leader, he must be present when his disciple is involved in the incident. But his attitude seems unclear. Yu Qing Dai, the leader of the Happiness Chamber. Greetings, Uncle Master Yuel. Punk, you are done for. None of the other school leaders came. Only the leader of the Happiness Chamber is here to oversee an insignificant disciple like me being interrogated. He must have come to set me up. Let's cut to the chase and get straight to the point. During the battle against the Mount Tianqing, the Wutian Pagoda was stolen, and a lot of immortal disciples escaped. But we did eliminate quite a few enemies overall. We were a notch above the immortals, and now the Mount Tianqing is seeking peace with us. Then it's good, but why do you bring me here in the Law Enforcement Hall? In the battle against the Mount Tianqing, I also made contribution. He slapped on the face and said, shut up, the acting head is still talking. How dare you interrupt her? I'm not saying you didn't make contribution, but you assaulted an immortal disciple named Ren Shuang in the minefield. She's the daughter of an elder of the Profound Heaven Sect. One of the terms in their peace pact is to kill you. It's no big deal, just tell them we'll do it. How can the life of this insignificant disciple compare to the safety of our sect? Mr. Ruo, you are Yang's master, what do you think? Jiang Hao, what's your cultivation base? Master, I'm at the middle stage of foundation building. There you go, the middle stage of foundation building. What a piece of trash, you won't lose anything to get rid of him. I disagree, it's a big shame on our demon sect if we sacrifice one of our own for temporary safety. If the Profound Heaven Sect insists, I don't mind having a fight with them. Ruo, are you crazy, you old man? She was laughing and that's so funny. So what are you going to do? I will have Jiang Hao detained for the time being. If he dares to escape, I will hunt him down and kill him in person. If the Profound Heaven Sect come to attack us, I will personally leave the Heartbroken Cliff to confront them. I will not burden the other schools. I'm taking my leave. Then they left, my lady. You'll just let him off like this? Putting the fact that Zhong Hao has put our sect in danger aside, this old man has no respect for us whatsoever. How are we supposed to explain this to the other schools and their leaders? When he said that, she threw the energy beams on his hands and he started screaming from the pain. Shame on you, you old pervert. There was a spy in your school, and Jiang Hao killed her for the sake of our sect's safety. As the school leader, you always pick on a young disciple just because you wanted Ruo to be your dual cultivation partner. So tell me, she banged his head on the table, how are you going to explain this to me? My lady, please spare my life. I made a mistake. The chief will consult the leader of the Heartbroken Cliff and decide how to deal with Jiang Hao. Yes, the wounds are gone. Was that the illusion art of the acting chief? But the pain just now felt so real. This woman is so scary. Wu Tian Pagoda, I'm back. Unfortunately, I'm back as a prisoner this time. He broke my chain. I asked, Master, what does this mean? Stop talking and focus on learning. This set of magic sound skills is prepared for the Golden Elixir beginners. I'm impressed that you've reached the middle stage of foundation building at only 19 years old. I've taught you the skills, and how much you can master totally depends on you. I started to cry and said to him, "Thank you, Master. Don't get me wrong. I protected you not because you were a rare talent or something. If I have to sacrifice a disciple for every negotiation, the heartbroken cliff will become a big joke. Without dignity, our school will rot from inside. I can't allow this to happen. If the Profound Heaven Sect attack us again, I want you to charge first to defend our sect and prove your ambition with your life. The formation of the Wu Tian Pagoda hasn't been restored yet, so your cultivation base won't be suppressed. The spiritual power is abundant in the minefield. You can cultivate here for a while. The higher your cultivation base is, the bigger chance you'll have to survive. If you dare to escape, I'll capture you and kill you myself. I don't want to die. I must live even if I live like a homeless, miserable dog. And I was in the early stage of Golden Elixir. Elder Ren Shuang's father and elder of the Profound Heaven Sect. The Heavenly Sound School refused to hand over the disciple. Who offended Lady Ren? But even so, is it necessary to start a war? We will launch an attack regardless how they responded. We've confirmed a fact in the last battle that the Demon Queen has been in a closed-door cultivation for 60 years and still hasn't come out. The Mao Tianqing successfully ambushed her and she was badly injured. Even if she's still alive, her cultivation base must have been greatly impaired. We should take this chance and eliminate the demons to establish our fame and reputation so that we can become the leader of all immortal sections. Eliminate the evil for all. We are so ready to fight. You were right, the last bubble. My both vitality and cultivation base were at max. Then I reached the middle stage of Golden Elixir. I should be able to escape now. In the entrance, Heavenly Sound School, she said, I haven't seen junior brother Jiang for half a month, and it seems that his cultivation base improved again. And told even though he's not a rare genius, it's quite impressive that he can improve this fast. No wonder you wanted to protect him, Mr. Ruo. Ruo replied, just so he said to me, it seems they are coming. I thought everybody thinks that I'm only at the middle stage of foundation building, and they won't expect that I'm as fast as someone who's at the middle stage of Golden Elixir when the battle begins. I'll use all my spiritual power to enhance my leg muscles so I can escape during the chaos. If they catch me and want to kill me, I have that divine ability to fake my death, but I have only once chance to use that divine ability, and I've never used it before. Will I be able to survive? One of the richest immortal sect's disciples said. Here we are. They were all laughing and saying, prepare to face justice. The old man was standing here, then suddenly a woman descended from the sky. He shouted, who are you? She was walking down on the lotus flowers. My master and I were confused, saying, what's going on? She thought, here she is, she'll finally show her power. The old man tried to attack her by his sword, but she easily stopped his attack, then broke that sword into pieces. Then she threw the pieces of the broken towards the sky. The arriving disciples were confused, saying, what are these? She lit her lips, then the broken pieces started falling down, in the process killing them all, and I was standing there shocked. She was laughingly saying, the chief is out of her closed-door cultivation. I was looking towards the sky, and I said, although I can't see the chief clearly, I think my life is saved now, master. Then we all shouted, the chief is invincible. Ruo thought the chief didn't come out for the battle against the Mao Tianqing last time. She must have played weak on purpose to make the immortals believe that our school was defenseless so as to lure them over to wipe them all out. How brilliant! In the 100-Flower Lake, Heavenly Sound School, she kicked a box full of treasures and said, Chief, the Profound Heaven Sect lost more than half immortals this time. They presented us a lot of jewelry and magic tools, begging us to show mercy and not to destroy their sect. She replied, now they learned their lesson, didn't they? And told the Profound Heaven Sect has been made an example of. Those so-called noble and upright immortal sects that have been lurking and waiting to share the loot should all back off now. She remembered something and then threw a token plate down and said, I found something fun. In the bustling city, I said, my name is Jiang Hao, and I explained that I never thought one day I would walk on the street side by side with such a stunning woman. Here's what happened. I was begging, my hands on the table, asked, what? My lady, you want me to go down the mountain with you? And I told, but without a mission or my master's permission, I'm not allowed to leave the mountain. She replied, don't worry, I'll let your master know. Imagining a girl flying through the sky, I said, you'll let him know? And asked my lady, may I ask, who are you exactly? I thought she's so powerful that the system can't even identify her realm. Could she be? She replied me, and told, I'm just a person who has forgotten the mundane world and has been forgotten by it. And I thought, anyway, I just left the mountain like that somehow, but she seems very happy. Two couples crying in the background, and their son was missing, and they were asking passing by people, has anyone seen my son? I was listening to the people who were discussing about the recent child missing cases happening all around. A man said, make way, please. Then a girl asked what happened. The old lady. I thought, judging from their outfits, they seem to be with the Bright Moon School. Why do they care about the missing kids in the mortal world? Then they both surely turned back towards us. I said, my lady, let's go, and I thought people always tend to suspect us demons in a situation like this. They'd think we are behind it even though we are not. Then a stone was thrown towards me, but I was easily able to catch it. I shouted, who attacked us? From the busting crowd of the people I saw a guy who was running, and I shouted, over there. I'll go after him. She grabbed me and said, no need. You didn't even notice that he's been following us. Why bother going after him now? I asked, my lady, you've noticed? Why didn't you say something? She replied, like I said, you may not be able to conceal your aura and emotions. He'd run away if he noticed that you behaved unnaturally. With puppy-like eyes, I thought, it seems that I'm just a useless loser in her eyes. She asked me, do you know what this is? I thought, is she testing me? I used my ability and looked into the information, the stone used by the great Demonic Sect to deliver messages. You can see the contents by smashing it with spiritual power. I said, it seems to be a stone that can convey messages, and thought I'll say some while reserving some. Otherwise, it'd seem too unreasonable if I told all the information that I got by cheating. She was curiously staring at me with a nervous face. I asked, what is it? She replied, as it turned out, you are completely useless after all. I was right to take you out with me. For one, you are weak and inconspicuous, and for two, you are quite smart. I thought, it's too straightforward. With nervous smile, I said, thank you, my lady, for your compliment. We were looking towards my hand, and there was written, see you at the mountain god temple outside the town at midnight. I said, the fish is hooked. Working both towards the house, I said, my lady, watch out, I'm afraid there's a formation trap. She replied, it doesn't matter. Then we walked inside of the empty house. Behind me was a wolf monster. He said, here you are. She told me, don't turn around. Behind me was open the mouth of a wolf, and she explained, if you do, it'll bite off your head. I said, in that case, I kicked the wolf on a particular part and said, if I use this move, how will you respond? Baring its teeth, the wolf walked away and came towards it as master. He said, as I thought, the demons are crafty and ruthless, always use dirty tricks. She said, cut the crap. What is this meeting about? I told her, my lady, we are surrounded. He made a whistle, then some shadow wolf came lunching towards me, and they all bit us. By his powers, pulling a token forward for the Demoness. He said, sure enough, the slate is on you. With this slate, I can join them and become a ruler. She said, so, you didn't have one, but the owners of the whispering slates can sense each other. That's why you can track me and I can track you. He replied, these stones and the slate are of the same origin. Usually, they are used to deliver messages, so they share the same ore, and said I didn't expect that these stones would lead me to the real slate. It's my lucky day. She asked, deliver messages? To whom? For whom do you work? He exclaimed, you bitch, you actually broke free from the restraint of the wolf spirits. You've got skills and told, but one of you is at the middle stage of foundation building, and the other is at the late stage of foundation building. Who do you think you are to question me? Then attack came near him, shouting, who told you? But he was able to dodge it. I said, we are only on the level of foundation building. Using his power, she told me, even if you are on the level of golden elixir, so what? You are still a weakling. He attacked me and I was thrown outside, and he commanded his wolf spirits to attack. Landing outside of the house, I attacked the wolves, killing them in an instant. He tried to attack, but I ducked down, dodging his attack. Then I grabbed his throat, and I told, we are all on the level of golden elixir. What makes you so arrogant? He said, you are too naive. The wolf skin which was on his shoulder transformed into evolve separate, and he told me I still have a trick like this. Then the wolf bit me on the shoulder, but I was tightly grabbing his throat, and he was asking, let go of me. Catching my sword tight, I replied, okay, as you wish. Then I made some sword slashes and I killed him. He was lying down on the ground defeated. I asked, tell me, for whom do you work? I can tell if you tell the truth. Further, I added, if you confess, I'll end this quickly. He replied, screw you. Even if I, before he can end sentence, I crushed his head. I said, my lady, why did you make him die so easily? We could have got some information from him. She replied, just by looking at him. I knew we couldn't break him. I didn't want to hear him curse. Then I started rummaging through his belongings. She was laughing at me and saying, you just can't wait, can you? I replied, I take his spiritual stones and talismans for survival. There's no shame about it, she said, but he didn't have a real slate on him, which is a little disappointing. I asked, my lady, what are you looking for exactly? She replied, this is called Whispering Slate, representing a mysterious and powerful organization. Those who possess it can obtain precious resources and information that ordinary people can't even imagine and explain. This piece I happen to get is half real and half fake. The material is real, that's why it can't be sensed, but in fact, it has not been infused with the spiritual power of the head of the organization, so it doesn't have the functions of a genuine one. The real Whispering Slates can enter the organization's exclusive spiritual consciousness world and be used for long-distance sound transmission. It can be very handy. With anger, she was kicking the dead body and saying he didn't have a real slate either. I told, my lady, you said the slates could sense each other, so why don't you continue to search for them? This guy is dead, so we can't rely on him to give us information anymore. She replied, sorry, I didn't make myself clear, and told the members of the organization aren't chosen or recruited by the head. She explained, in short, whoever have the ability to find or steal the slates will be qualified to join. The members don't know each other's identity. They don't care who you are, they only care if you are worthy enough of discussing heaven and earth with them. They'll also conceal their slates by spiritual power to prevent them from being sensed and to avoid unnecessary trouble. I was deeply thinking and said, I see, it's quite interesting. I said, my lady, I think I know where we should go next. Then I told the north. Before he died, he took a quick glance at the north. The things he cared about must be in that direction. She said, kid, you are really something. I replied, I'm flattered. The previous two ones were following us. I said, my lady, we are being followed. Should we fight back? She replied, no need, just a bunch of minions, and they don't have murderous intent, so they aren't necessarily our enemies. I replied, okay, then we will. Walking through a stone bridge, I looking towards the board where several missing children's photos were posted. She said, what? You care about the lives of mortals? I replied, of course not, as a demon. I'm ruthless and brutal. Why would I care about the lives of mortals? Suddenly she kicked me onto the stomach and I was thrown onto a tree coughing out blood. She said, who told you we are demons? I said, but that's what I was told by both outsiders and our sect disciples. Raising her foot towards me, she told, I've seen countless so-called decent immortals who in fact are despicable and wicked like you wouldn't imagine. I've also seen countless so-called evil demons who are actually full of fine qualities and righteous as the day is long. Right or wrong, immortal or demon, it's not up to others to decide. Sharply kicking the ground, she told me, understood? I replied, yes, I'll remember your teachings, my lady. She said, there are bad people among immortals, and good people among demons. What differentiates one sect from another is their different cultivation methods and ways of saving the world and self-transition. That's it, and told, if you don't understand that, you'll never be able to reach the state of true cultivation. I asked, so, my lady, we are a decent sect? She replied, I didn't say that either, and told, the Heavenly Sound School is just a place decent or demonic. It depends on the nature of your own heart. I thought a woman's mind is so unpredictable. Pointing her finger, what is the moon? She told me, look, it's a waning crescent moon, and the night is as cold as a sharp sword. The yin energy will be strong when the moonlight or sunlight is gone, and explained it'll be a moonless night tomorrow, and the dark environment is perfect for evil things to happen. Something big is bound to happen. The person we are looking for may show up. I was meditating beside my master, then I noticed that the moonlight was falling down on particular please, and I told my lady, there it is, flying towards the sky. I further added, about 75 kilometers to the northwest from here. She replied, let's go. Some children's were tied to pillars, and then a man made cuts on the foreheads of the children. A bright circle lit up, and he started floating. As the blood from the cuts began to rise, the man absorbed it. I shouted, stop. Then the man stopped and said, who is it? How can you interrupt me? I replied, monster, so you are the one who abducted the children, and even set up an altar here to suck their blood in order to restore your youth, and told this is a heinous crime. I'll kill you to seek justice for them. She was laughing beside me and said, since when did you become this righteous? Blushingly I replied, I'm just simply jealous that he uses such a cheating method to improve his cultivation base. The man said, fellow brother, you must be kidding, and told, cultivators like us are no longer ordinary people. Mortals' lives to us are no different from that of pigs, dogs, or ants, and asked, why do you two have to take risks for a bunch of ants? The Demoness replied, you misunderstood. I came here for the slate. He took out a magical brush and asked the slate, and told, I don't want to fight you, but you'd better cherish your own lives. Don't risk your lives for something that you aren't worthy of having. She told me, Jiang Hao, get him. I said, you want me to fight him? But, my lady, you should know. I further added that he's in the realm of nascent soul. I lag one whole realm behind him. His analysis revealed that Swalan, 120 years old, set up a ritual to rejuvenate using the blood of 9 spiritual children. She kicked me and told, cut the crap. Then I attacked him, but my attack was easily deflected. He said, annoying, leave me alone, you worthless pest. He said, lady, only you are worthy of being my opponent. She was laughing by his remarks and told, but you aren't worthy of being mine. Suddenly I came behind him, attacking. My attack hit him and he threw down straight onto the ground. He was lying down begging and saying, you aren't just at the early stage of golden elixir consummation, you've achieved consummation of golden elixir. What method do you use to conceal your cultivation base? With a creepy smile pointing sword my towards him, I told, don't ask questions you shouldn't ask. He again attacked me and I was thrown aside. Then I came back attacking him with a lightning flash using his brush. He told, even if you've achieved consummation of golden elixir, you are still not my match. He attacked me with his brush and has bound my hand, and I was screaming my hand, then some strange patterns all around his body. He exclaimed, tasty blood makes me feel the power of being young. I broke free from his brush, then started dodging his attacks. He told me, fellow brother, you are quite skilled. I was looking towards my dry up hand and listening. Unfortunately, you lost your right hand. I tried to cut off my hand, but the Demoness stopped and she said, you don't have to cut off your arm to save your life. Then she gave me a pill saying, take this, and told me this is enhanced spiritual elixir, very rare in this world. It can quickly stimulate your spiritual energy, allowing you to surge in cultivation base in a short period of time and exert power beyond your realm. My whole body started emanating energy, and I said, the spiritual power is pouring in. I can fight again. He thought his cultivation base is improving immensely, approaching the realm of nascent soul. He lunged towards us saying, "You think I'll let you get your way?" But the Demoness kicked him, throwing him aside. I appeared from his backside saying, "Got you." Then I made a sword slash, but he was able to escape. Then his magical brush started healing his wounds. I mockingly asked, "You are such a freak." He replied, "So are you, we are both evil demons." I made a sword attack, but he was able to dodge, and he attacked me from my backside. I was confused and said, "How come I missed? I've almost reached the realm of nascent soul." He told, "Your realm is passively improved. Mine, however, was improved gradually through hard practice and painful trials. How can you compare to me?" I was angry and screamed. He made a good point. I can't even argue with him, it's really aggravating. She put a blindfold on me. I asked my lady, "What are you doing?" and told I'm already having a hard time to get him. "If you blindfold me, I'll be totally at his mercy." She replied, "If you solely rely on your sight, you'll die faster." He was running towards attacking and thinking in his mind, "I have a bad feeling about this. At this critical time, all this woman cares about is to train this boy by using me as a stepping stone. Do they still have a backup plan? I'd better end this quickly." We both dodged his attack, and the Demoness said, "Use your own body to feel what the true realm of nascent soul is." He was going to strike me with his brush. I thought, here it comes, but I was able to barely dodge the attack. Raising his weapon, he said, "Now, you have nowhere to hide." I used spiritual shide. His attacks were coming at me. I thought, feel the flow of the spiritual energy with my mind. Then I made a sword slash towards him, and his magical brush broke into pieces. He was confused, and I was coming at him at me and saying, "It's completely bald. What are you gonna do now?" But he was able to stop my attack by catching my sword in his hands. Then I exerted more force, and he was attacking me by his hairs. I said, "My lady, I've run out of my spiritual power. You can help me kill him with a simple strike." And he was thinking, I'm screwed. Although I can manage to suppress this boy, I no longer have strength to deal with that woman. Sitting on a branch of a tree, the Demoness said, "When did I say I'd help? If you die, I'll avenge you. So, you can die without worries." I shouted, "My lady, it's not funny." He said, "In that case, don't blame me for being ruthless." More attacks pierced my body, and I think I'm dying. He lifted me up and told, "The blood from someone who's almost reached the realm of nascent soul." I thought, hold on, as he looked at me. I used the bracelets and attacked him. More attacks came his way, and he started falling, saying, "You've run out of your spiritual power, and you don't even have a weapon. How did you throw such a powerful blow?" Removing my blindfold, I replied, "Sorry, I outdid myself." He fell down in process, making a loud explosion. I was also going to fell down to on the ground, but the Demoness helped me and said, "Well done." I said, "I can't believe I killed someone who's in the realm of nascent soul." Sudden I fell down, and I thought it hurts excruciating pain. I feel like every inch of my body is about to burst. Wincing in pain, lying on the ground, I asked my lady, "What's happening to me?" and I requested, "Please help me." She explained, "The enhanced spiritual elixir made your spiritual power increase greatly and allowed you to exert strength beyond your realm," and told, "How could such a good thing come at no cost?" She further added, "You just took on the force that's more than your body could handle, so the elixir backfired." She started healing me and was saying, "I can only treat your traumas. It'll take a while for your bones and meridians to recover. You need to take a good rest." I thanked the Demoness. Then I thought, not only did you force me, nascent soul cultivator, head on, but you also made me suffer such painful spiritual backfire. This woman is a demon indeed. I was releasing the children which were kept, and I thought, so far, by killing a peak level golden elixir cultivator and an early stage nascent soul cultivator, coupled with the supreme spiritual energy from the psychic altar, I've accumulated so many bubbles. Before I knew it, soon, I'll also step into the realm of nascent soul. The system informal that my vitality is 261, my cultivation base is 277, and the divine ability is at 1. Children wake up, and they were saying, "Where are we?" I thought the 2 kids woke up already. The spiritual children who were captured as human sacrifices are special indeed. They must have spiritual roots. One of them was crying and saying, "I'm scared." The other one was consoling him, "Young master, don't cry, don't be afraid, Jia is here with you." I said him, "You have 2 options," and told one, "I'll ask someone to take you to a normal family, but it's possible that you'll be abducted again." Looking towards the lying down man, continued, "2, draw the dagger and stab the guy lying on the ground. I will let someone take you in as disciples, and you'll go into a world where you may die at any time." The girl said, "Our parents and all family members were killed by him. I must avenge them." The boy also said, "Me do it, you are a girl. I don't want blood on your hands." The little girl, "Are you back? But, young master, you've never even killed a frog before. At least I helped my parents kill chicken and ducks in the kitchen." Walking forward with a knife, he said, "Don't call me young master anymore. The entire Lin family has been killed by this monster," and told I must let him pay for what he did to my family. The Demoness was laughing. Then suddenly people jumped forward and shouting, "Stop." The girl came forward, stopping the boy and saying, "You are still too young to see the dark side of this world. The man killed the kidnapper and said let our bright moon school to kill this monster. The Demoness told them who gave you the permission to kill my prey. She said you've been lurking in the dark and watching the whole time. And now, you think you can just march over here to take the credit your bright moon school hasn't declined yet? How can you be so shameless? They told back one who's good at fighting would avoid direct contact and go for the weak spot of the enemy instead. We were worried that he'd hurt the kids if he's still alive, so we interfered. They further added, my lady, you upheld justice by killing the monster and saving the spiritual children our bright moon. School has no intention of becoming your enemy. He thought that guy severely wounded Zwalan all by himself. This woman is even more powerful. We can't afford to offend her. The girl said our master ordered us to take this girl back. The spiritual stones, elixirs, magic weapons and tools on him are all yours. We will not take any. I hope it's okay with you, my lady. The Demoness told them then suit yourself, and thought they don't know about the slate but this girl, since she's valued by the Bright Moon School, she must be very special. There is little girl asked Miss, where are you taking me? She replied, little girl, you are destined to join the Bright Moon School, and told her we'll take you back to our school to practice immortality. No one will dare to bully you again in the future. She objected and ran towards the little boy saying, what about young Master Lin? I, Chu Jia, grew up in the Lin family. Now that both our families were killed, he's the person to whom I'm close in this world. Can he go with me? The girl was expectantly looking towards the head disciple. He replied, that's not what we are ordered to do. The little boy said, you silly girl, and he told her the Bright Moon School is the legendary immortal sect. If you become their disciple, you can live a worry-free life from now on, and told besides, you still have a long way to go in life. You'll meet other good people in the future. Don't worry about me, just go with them. Cryingly she said, but if I'm all alone? He replied, girls are so annoying, crying all the time, and told you think I can't survive without you taking care of me? I'm a strong and capable man. She hugged him and was crying and saying, no, I don't know anybody else. I only want to be with you, and you once said that when I grow up, you'd marry. The little boy told her, that's embarrassing. Stop talking, or I'll hit you. I pressed her pressure point, and she got unconscious. Then I said, all right, you can take her away now. They were flying through the sky, leaving from there carrying the little girl on their hands. I said, I want to tell you something, and I hope you'll understand. Those who are valued by the Bright Moon School are all rare talents. She'll soon ascend to immortality. Take one last look at her. When you two meet again. He was crying, and I further continued, you and she will no longer be the same. One will still be immortal, yet the other will be an immortal. You'll no longer belong to the same world. In the Heavenly Sound School, Demonic Sect Spiritual Herb Garden, Heartbroken Cliff. After leaving the psychic altar, I brought the boy back to the Heartbroken Cliff. The little boy exclaimed with surprise, is this the Demon Sect? I asked, what are you thinking? He said, I'm thinking the legendary immortal sect where Chu Jia went must be just as magnificent as this place. Further added, when she becomes an immortal, she'll be amazing. Suddenly I kicked him. Clutching his stomach from pain, he asked, my lord, I don't know how I offended you, and said I'm willing to do everything for you. I only hope you can take me in. The analysis result was Lin Chuan, once a rejected young master, weak in body but unyielding in spirit, grows stronger through adversity, ultimately becoming as powerful as a dragon. I thought, no wonder this kid was chosen. Though he's not gifted, he has great potential and the hidden power of a dragon. However, to get there, he has to endure beating constantly. Poor boy. I told him, you didn't. I just dislike you, that's it. I said, from now on, you'll live outside the spiritual herb garden. All the chores such as carrying water, chopping firewood, washing clothes, and cooking will be your responsibilities. Further added, also, I found you a little companion. He exclaimed with joy, so, you will take me in as a disciple? Suddenly the rabbit attacked him, then kicked him again. He said, you think too much. With a creepy smile I told him, you are just a toy I brought back, and said you should be grateful and try to survive here. Work as hard as you can to repay me. If you want to escape, be my guest. But I can't guarantee you that you can leave this place alive. I said, you take this kid down and let him stay in the woodshed in the future. Whatever you do, let him follow suit. Hit him if he can't learn and kick him if he does wrong. Just make sure not to kill him. He's totally at your disposal. He replied, I, my lord. I left from there laughing and said, in the future, you'll be my bunny's sparring partner. I'll let it beat you every morning, noon, and evening to help you strengthen your body. He thought, it seems that I survived. I thought you must live. Even if you're treated like dirt, you must strive to survive. Maybe one day, you can also ascend to immortality. I was surrounded by ability bubbles, and I thought, I've been away for a long time. The flower of heavenly fragrance has grown taller. I was looking towards my system panel, and I thought vitality and cultivation base both exceed 300 already. Tonight, I can break through to the middle stage of golden elixir, and then consummation, and then, I was using the early stage of nascent soul. I thought the realm of nascent soul, which I couldn't even imagine to reach, seemed to be kinda easy to achieve now. It's just that the enemies I'll encounter in the future will be much stronger. I still need to be careful. taking out the token from my pocket, examining it, and I thought her ladyship went through a lot of trouble to get this slate, yet she gave it to me. Why do I feel that I've been set up? I remembered the Demoness's words, this is the authentic whispering slate on him. I'll give it to you and let you use it, and she further added, go to that organization and see if there's any useful information. Using my power on the token, I thought whatever, let me go in and take a look first. Then my soul came out of my body and I was surprised. I was floating in the dark space and I was asking myself, where is it taking me? Then I fell down on a dark surface and I thought, this is the divine sense world inside the slate. I saw some places on the dark water and I thought, we've got a visitor. The dark men before me said, well, it's been a long while since a new guy showed up here. Has well been replaced? I thought, well, must be the code name of this slate. I don't know what the situation is yet. I'd better talk less. One of them said, this new well, what's your name and which sect are you with? I thought, try to trick me. If identity is that important, why is everybody using a code name? And replied, I won't say anything until you state your name first. They were laughing at me and saying, he's quite smart. We can't fool him. Very nice. You are smarter than the last well. Someone said, stop messing around, and asked, hey, new guy, how did you get the slate? I thought the people in the abandoned temple said one could join the organization as long as he had a slate. So, he's bluffing. I can't give in and told this why I'm really madder. One of them said, no one has dared to talk to Elder Danyuan like this in many years, and further told, kid, do you dare to meet me in reality? I'll kill you. But I was laughing at him and picking my ear. They were laughing at me and saying no ordinary person is able to get the slate, and said this kid is very cautious, much smarter than you were when you first came here, and told stop messing with him. He explained, kid, we don't care who you are or which sect you are with, and we aren't allies. None of us knows each other's real identity, and told this place is like an intelligence station, where we exchange information for resources, and said also, if you can complete the tasks assigned by Elder Danyuan, you'll be rewarded handsomely. With a serious tone he said me, I have a long-term bounty mission here. Although I don't have any high hopes, since you are new here, I have to ask by rules, and told as long as you can provide useful information, you can make a request to me. I can trade you cultivation techniques, spiritual herbs, or magic weapons. I was shocked when he said, I want the flower of heavenly fragrance. Looking towards the flower, I thought, if they knew I have the flower of heavenly fragrance, they'd go crazy. Then a scroll came towards me and I thought, here comes another sect mission. In the letter was written, that unusual motion detected in the devil realm, go check what's going on right now. And I thought, the devil realm again, so troublesome. In the devil realm, the red-haired women explained, these low-level devils are different from last time. They move in unison, as if someone was controlling them. Our sect is located near the exit of the devil realm. The elders are worried that the devils will pose a threat to us if they grow bigger. Further added, this time, the devils with a golden elixir or higher level are even seen on the border, which is very unusual. The sect sent quite a few golden elixir disciples here to take care of those relatively dangerous tasks. Then I saw a man weaving at me and I thought, he's the last person I want to see, and further continued thinking, but the sect's judgment should be right. There is an unusual aura deep in the devil realm, however. Bigger the risk, bigger the reward. The sect sent so many people to surround the devil realm. I bet those high-ranking elders want to get whatever that's hiding inside. The red-haired woman said so. All we need to do is guard the border in case they try to escape. The other woman replied, senior sister, he has left. The red-haired woman was very angry and screaming. The other one told her senior sister, after all, this is the devil realm, is it okay for Jiang to act alone? She said, Sergio, haven't you noticed? And told when we first met him, he was only at the early stage of foundation building. When we met him again, he was already able to kill the devil python. And this time, he's become even stronger. She further said whatever he's going to do is not something we can control, and told we were being wise not to help the two from the happiness chamber back then, as current cultivation base is way higher than we can imagine. I was flying through the woods and thinking the report didn't say that there were nascent soul devils in the devil realm. With my current cultivation base, I should be able to go anywhere I want in this place if I can get there first. And I further thought the secret treasure will be mine. Walking on some dead bodies, some people was saying they were both golden elixir cultivators. Ling Cha, elder of Holy Heaven Sect, said as I thought, the Heavenly Sound School is short-handed. Their weak spot was shown as soon as we attacked, and further told, I guess those with higher levels are all heading towards the treasure place. Everybody wants to find the treasure first and awaken the Holy Lord. The other one who was listening was Tong Chen, elder of Holy Heaven Sect. He said, moreover, I heard Jiang Hao, who possesses the secret of the mind, also entered the devil realm. The other one replied, Ling Cha, are you sure that kid of the Heavenly Sound School has the ancient inheritance of the mind? He told according to the message from my favorite disciple Manhwa, and said yes, she spat out the message right before she died. According to the message carried by the black worm, Jiang Hao was only in the realm of foundation building when he first entered the mine, but after a short while, he broke through to the realm of golden elixir directly. How could he be so powerful if he hadn't obtained the ancient inheritance of the Wutian Pagoda mine? The other old man or woman said, by the way, Ling Cha, are you here this time to avenge your disciple or to seize the treasure? Further told, the unusual motion suggests that there's an invaluable treasure in the devil realm. He said Tong Chen, and asked, why did you say that? The old man replied, of course, I came here this time to avenge my disciple. If I get the treasure, it'll be a bonus. The other one was laughing and saying, if you say so, Ling Cha. Then old man said, the unusual motion is quite noticeable. High-level cultivators may have all sensed it. Jumping towards the sky, he said, we need to hurry and get there before the Heavenly Sound School does. They will flying through the woods, and the old man told that keep a low profile and don't fly in the open, in case the people of the Heavenly Sound School spot us, and other one agreed. Jumping through the trees, I thought the aura is getting closer. Hiding near a rock looking towards the people which were near a magical circle, I thought, this is it, are they building an altar? And I further continued thinking the abducted children were all brought here to do hard labor and other spiritual child blood sacrifice. I was counting them and thinking 4 devils at the early and middle stages of golden elixir, no big deal. I lay down my face towards the sky, then I threw some talismans towards the sky, and I thought lay an ambush. Then the demons heard someone saying, hey, you big fool. Mockingly I said to the demons, come on and hit me. Then they started attacking me and following me, but I was easily dodging their attacks. Gathering the demons in a particular place together, then my talismans transferred into weapons and directly fell down on them, killing them. I was saying, little guy, you are safe now. Coming near him, I said, let me get you out of here. Then suddenly he attacked and I shouted, there's no any devilish aura on you. How come? Looking towards his half-demon half-human face, I further said, you are a devil? He shouted, you killed my clansman. Using my ability to look into his information, I said, you can speak? He shouted, I became human because they ascend to immortality faster. We devils start at the bottom, but you were born with everything. It's not fair. In his analysis result were Devil Boy, the Devil King, nearly human after 300 years, plans to use the celestial doom bead to complete his transformation, commands all devils despite lacking magic. Picking my ear, I said, oh, is that right? And told life's not fair, and that's the way it is. Now that you can cultivate yourself into a human and gain intelligence, it's already a rare opportunity for a devil like you, and further added, you were born to be the Devil King, so you have no right to talk about fairness. And I thought, the celestial doom bead? What is that? I took out my sword and said, besides, you don't even have magic power. You aren't my match. Further added, you used all your devilish energy to turn yourself into a useless half-devil. How hilarious. The little boy roared and the demons came out crawling from the ground. Raising my sword, I thought I turned out to be the clown here. Then all the demons started charging at me, attacking them one by one. I thought, although I can easily defeat a single devil if he summons all devils here, they could wipe out the entire Heavenly Sound School. Jumping towards the little boy, I further added the same strategy again. To defeat the enemy, first capture their leader. But before I can reach him, suddenly from the ground a large hand emerged. When I saw that, I was shocked and was able to dodge his attacks. Demon stood up, destroying the ground. Standing face to face with the large demon, I said, I'm done for. I was trying to run from him, but he hit me and blood was coming out from my mouth and more demons grabbed down. I said, it's impossible to break out of the siege. I was talking out my talismans and saying, it seems that it'll cost me a lot this time. I throw them into the sky and I thought, I'm going to use all the 1,000 sword talismans I collected at once. Then I started channeling my energy into my sword. I charged towards the demon, shouting. We clashed with each other. I was swinging my sword and killing them and using 1,000 sword attack. All gone in a flash. The big one tried to attack me by his hand, but I swiftly dodged his attack and started cutting his arm, and I was saying, how dare you mess with me? You must be blind. And I wanted his eyes. Then I was attacking the little demon and trying to break his barrier while other demons were attacking me. I thought, as I thought, it's too difficult to catch the leader directly. Someone else's magic weapon started attacking them, and I thought, sure enough, the loud noise and the aura of the treasure has caught too many people's attention. Only a rookie like me would take the initiative to fight. The others are all lurking behind, waiting to reap the benefits. I'm such an idiot. Then more arrows started heading towards the monster, and I thought, however, if they can't defeat me, how can they reap the benefits? The monster was thrown onto the ground by the arrows, and I thought, these are not my spiritual arrows. The little demon's barrier broke, then black strange energy surrounded the little demon and he was screaming. While running towards the demon, I thought they started to attack. While dodging the arrows and getting close to him, I thought I went for the king, and they came after me. If I get the treasure, they'll kill me for sure, and I added, either you kill me for the treasure, or I walk away with the treasure. Then I landed a critical hit. He was telling down and saying, we've never hurt you people, why did you do this to me? I replied, the strong triumphs the weak, you lost, that's all. I used a smoke talisman, then a smoke screen was created by me and my clones ran to different directions, and the demon was falling down defeated. Lurking in the shadows, they were all shocked when they saw my clones running from there. In the bloody battleground, I was hiding and laughing at them, and I thought, a bunch of idiots. They were lured away by my doubles. I left from there thinking, and now, I'll wait for my opportunity. In the devil realm, I was wandering through the place and thinking, this place gathers the strongest spiritual energy. The treasure should be here. I've got to be careful. There must be a lot of people here, and I further added the Devil King's pendant and this place have been responding to each other. This thing looks like a key. Injured girl walking through a destroyed cave, and I noticed that she jumped towards me saying, "Junior brother, you are with the Heavenly Sound School, aren't you? Please help me." Pointing towards the cave, she said there are people from other sects inside, and they killed a lot of our fellow disciples, and further added, "You aren't their match either, we got to run." With innocent face he was trying to seduce me and was saying, "Junior brother, do you have any elixir or talisman on you? Please give me some so I can treat my wounds. I will repay you generously when we go back." I was drawling at her and replied, "Senior sister," with my cultivation base, and said I've taken all the elixirs I had. Covering her body she shouted, "Then stop staring if you don't have anything." She was pushing me and saying, "Now, let's hurry and leave. Get me out of here." Suddenly her nails grow longer and she tried to attack me, but I easily dodged her attack. She was shocked and said, "You got eyes in the back of your head? I may be badly injured, but I'm still a nascent soul cultivator," and she further added, "You are only at the early stage of golden elixir. Not only did you sneak a peek at my chest, but you also refused to help me treat my wounds and said I had no choice but to kill you first and then take your elixirs." Her analysis result was, "E.g. suspects, you have the key to the secret relics. After you refused to help her when she was injured, she believed you did it on purpose. She then tried to kill you to take your elixirs, spiritual stones, and the key." Taking out my sword I said, "You want to kill me just because I have no medicine for you," and I added, "I knew it. The happiness chamber and I are always at daggers drawn." Then she suddenly attacked me saying, "Cut the crap, go to hell." I was yawning, then I attacked her back dealing a critical hit and said, "Senior sister, any last words?" She was lying down injured saying, "How come you are this strong? It's impossible." Raising my sword I replied, "That's all you've got to say, what a shame." Then I killed her. Then the girl entered the cave. There was an old man standing on a rock who attacked her, then 2 attacks stuck on her body, and I was peeking on her from a corner. She was working for me by my thread and I was controlling her, and I thought, sure enough, plundering loot is a good habit. I was so interested in the puppet when I first saw it, and later, I found it on Manhwa as I expected. It did come in handy this time. I further added, "Unfortunately, someone has laid an ambush at the entrance. I need to find another way in." Then suddenly an attack came from my backside, but I was able to die that attack. Then an old woman said, "Good for you. You dodged my first attack. What about this one?" Then more attacks came towards me, injuring my one arm. Then I blocked one of them. She said, "Throwing more attacks, your blade skills aren't bad either." Running from there I thought there are people inside, and outside the gate I have to run. Mockingly she said, "Wanna run?" The 2 old men started chasing me and they started flying through the sky, and I thought, judging by their aura, they are the people who hid in the dark when I killed the devil boy. Why are they chasing me so persistently? Using spirit locking claw they threw 2 claws towards me and they hit me on my backs. They both used flaming thunderbolt on me and their both thunderbolt struck me and I fell down. The old man said, "Tong Chen, is it necessary to use spirit locking claw to deal with a young kid like him?" The old woman replied, "This guy not only dodged my attack but also attacked back at the same time. Judging by his speed and strength, I don't think he's in the realm of golden elixir like Manhwa reported back. Better safe than sorry," and added, "Who knows, maybe he's already broken through to the realm of nascent soul." Drag me, the old man said. "You are right," he added. "Lately, the devil realm has been filled with the people from the Heavenly Sound School. We'd better be more careful." I was chained to a stone player. The old man told me stop playing dead, and I thought my shoulder blades are locked. I can't use spiritual power. Pulling the chains, old man said, "We've been watching you for a long time. You even used puppet seed in front of us. You are Jiang Hao of the Heartbroken Cliff, the guy who killed my disciple Manhwa." I was in pain. He further said, "Let me ask you, where's the secret inheritance of the mine in the Heavenly Sound School?" I replied, "What secret inheritance? If I had it, would I be afraid of 2 old men like you?" And I thought it must be because my cultivation base improved too quickly. They think I obtained some inheritance. As I thought, this kind of trouble is inevitable. The old man said, "Ling Cha, don't waste time on him." Dropping me down he further said, "We've searched him all over, and there's nothing on him," and he added, "His shoulder blades are locked now. If he still had strength to fight, he would have done it already. Moreover, he said the secret treasure here is much more important than this kid's secret." Laughingly the old woman replied, "Good point." I was walking through a narrow cave where dead bodies were lying everywhere, and I thought, were all these fellow disciples killed by the 2 old men? Those who can get here are at least in the realm of golden elixir. These 2 are truly incredibly strong, and I added, sure enough, upon reaching the realm of nascent soul, even 1 level gap makes a world of difference. Looking towards the other captured, I thought, what do they capture so many of us for? The old man commanded everyone to stop. The old woman pushed a boy. He was walking forward with nervousness. Suddenly he stepped onto a magic circle and he was burned to ashes, screaming, and everyone was horrified by the scenario. The old man said, "Let's take the other way, move." Walking forward I thought, as it turned out, they are using us as guinea pigs. Then I saw some people sharp stones stuck on their bodies, or some killed by arrows. I further thought only 2 left. The next trap, "Don't pick me." She was looking towards me with the innocent face and I was thinking, it's got to be her. Then we stopped near a way and the old woman told us, "You 2, go ahead." I said to them, "Hey, gentlemen, the secret on me," and I thought I must say something to make them keep The girl which was with me said I will do, and I was shocked. I was crying and replied, "Senior sister, you are such a good person." We were both walking forward, then suddenly she tried to push me and shouted, "Junior brother, be a better person and die first. If I can survive this, I'll burn paper money for you." I replied, dodging her push, "Then you think too much." She fell down to weapon as we're coming towards her, and I was saying, "Senior sister, you go first," and she got killed by the tracks. The old woman said, "This boy is kinda interesting." The old man replied, "No wonder he could kill my disciple." Then the old man said, "This is it. There must be a secret treasure inside." Opening it with the key, the old woman replied, "And this must be the key to the door." She added, "It's easier than we thought." Behind them with a creepy smile, I was thinking, a smart hunter tends to disguise himself as prey. The two old men said to me, "Guinea pig, open the door." And I opened the door, but nothing happened. The old man started beating me and shouted, "Could there be a possibility that a secret treasure gate like this needs spiritual power to activate?" I said to the old man, "Could you remove the spirit locking claw and let me try again?" Further added, "Could you remove the spirit looking claw and let me try again? I'm seriously injured already, and I can't pull any tricks anyway." Saying, "Well." Then I said, "Are you kidding me? You are two nascent soul experts. Don't tell me you are afraid of a weakling like me." The old man shouted, "What did you say?" They removed the chains from me and told, "Come on. Even if you are in the realm of nascent soul, you are half crippled now." The old woman said, "Kid, don't even think about escaping under the watch of two nascent soul experts. Otherwise, we'll torture you to death." And the old man told me, "If you do what we say, maybe I'll spare your life after it's over." I was silently looking at the key, then I inserted it and the door opened. They were both delighted and were saying, "Here we go. We are rich now." I used attack towards them. 9 Heaven Bracer spiritual blade reappears. Then I started running from there and they were shouting, "He's wearing a magic weapon that stores spiritual power." Flying from there, I told them, "Gentlemen, you go ahead and get the treasure. I'll take my leave." The old woman shouted, "Stop. Don't you dare escape. I'll tear you apart." And the old man said, "Let him go, Tong Chen. The treasure is more important." She further added, "Let's get the treasure first, and then go after him." And before them was a huge dark energy. By the pressure of the energy they were suppressed, and the old man said, "This is an evil magic weapon." The old woman replied, "This place is filled with grudge energy, and we can't even move under its pressure." Coming from behind them I said, "Hey, guys, we meet again." The old man said, "That punk is back." Then I stepped onto his head and he shouted, "Why can he move?" I thought while running because I activated spiritual shide before the evil spirits could suppress me. I used world in the palm towards the dark energy and dragon was able to catch that energy. I ran from there and shouted, "Old men," and told them, "See you no more." They were cursing at me and then the dark energy surrounded them. The old woman said, "The evil spirits are going to devour us." I was flying through the pointy mountains, then I landed down and I thought it should be safe here. Let's see what treasure I just risked my life to get. Then I used my ability on Celestial Doom Bead, a magical artifact from ancient times, created by refining all existing Doom treasures and constitutions over 981 years, concentrating immense bad luck into a single bead. Prolonged proximity causes misfortune, touching it brings severe bad luck, risking complete erasure. Nervously I said, "Plagued by bad luck." Completely vanished. I was very angry and threw that will onto the ground and shouted, "This is a secret treasure? It's literally a time bomb." Then I carefully took that pill back and said, "Thank God, it's not smashed. Otherwise, if the evil spirits came out of the bead, I'd be the first victim, and all living beings of the world would be endangered and destroyed." And further added, "This thing is used to either die together with enemies or threaten enemies." I guess the devil boy set up the altar also to suppress it. I was looking towards the ancient key and using my abilities on that, and I was saying, "Luckily, I have the cheat." The result appeared saying the key unlocks a door in the ruins, containing the Celestial Doom Bead. It requires spiritual power to repel evil. Opening the door releases deadly spirits and ghosts. Taking that key into my pocket, I thought, fortunately, I looked into the key in advance and learned about the hidden risk. So I survived a close one, and the divine ability world in the palm I got when I broke through to the realm of nascent soul also helped a lot. The dark energy was coming towards me from my backside. I sharply turned back. The dark energy grabbed my throat and I was asking, "Who is it?" It was the old man and he said, "You didn't expect this, did you?" "I'm still alive. I came back from death to kill you." I asked, "How did you?" He said, "My junior brother saved me." He then recounted the time when the old man grabbed the old woman and placed her in front of the dark energy. I said, "Damn, you were lucky." Swinging my sword I told him, "You almost died. You should have cherished your life even more. In this case, you have only half life left. Let me send you to hell then." He was charging at me and shouted, "The secret treasure is mine, so is your life." Then I stopped his first attack. He sent some ghosts on me. I slashed my sword killing the ghosts and jumped forward, then made a sword slash onto the old man. A wound was visible on his chest and he said, "You are really in the realm of nascent soul." Further told, "No wonder Yanhua couldn't defeat you. I'm not even your match." As he fell, he laughed and shouted, "Even if I lose, who's to say I'll die? If you don't see me dead, I might survive. Maybe there's a fortune below that can revive me. Dare to join me? I'll haunt you forever." And with my last breath, I'll come for revenge when you least expect it. Gathering the fire energy onto my hand, I replied, oh yeah? Throwing it forwards, I said I do not care. Then, my energy struck his body, pierced it, and he was falling down while cursing at me. Wiping the blood from my face, I said provocation doesn't work on me, and I added if you survive again, feel free to come back for revenge. But next time, with a creepy smile, I told him, I will no longer be in the realm of nascent soul. A few days later, I was thinking I've been away for very long. It's time to test Lin Chuan's cultivation base. A sign of danger. We've got another intruder, and he came alone. Isn't he afraid of death? The sect guards are trying to intercept him. He broke through. It seems that this person is very strong. Red aura, it's that the chief is confronting him in person. A heavy attack fell on that cultivator. I was walking forward while thinking, sure enough, there's no need for an underling like me to worry. I'd better focus on my own business. The little boy was standing there, energy emanating from him. He shouted, senior brother, please. Readying my finger to attack him, I thought it's been months, and you only reached the second stage of chi refining. You haven't even mastered chi condensation protection technique yet. I flicked his head, and he was thrown into the wall, bleeding. I came near him and checked his condition while thinking 3 bones are broken, and 5 meridians are blocked. According to his gift of getting stronger with every setback, he should be able to reach the 3rd stage of chi refining after he recovers. It's so pitiful to have such a painful gift. Someone was spying on us, and I noticed it. Somewhere a man was chained up. Hong Yuya asked him, you still won't talk? Elder Zhuang Yuzhen, of the Ghost Sect. Our Heavenly Sound School has never offended the Ghost Sect. Why did you suddenly come here alone to stir up trouble? Licking her leg, he replied, nothing. I heard that the chief of the Heavenly Sound School came out of her closed-door cultivation, so I came to congratulate her. I do like your way of entertaining guests. She kicked his face, and he was thinking no one else, except for the chief of the Heavenly Sound School, worries me. Now that she's stuck here, I'll have a chance to attack other places. After all, the real me is not here at all. I was asking him, this place is not allowed visitors. Where did you come from? I was waving my hand in front of his face, and I thought he's here for the flower of heavenly fragrance. Suddenly I grabbed his face and slammed him down on the ground. I asked, fellow brother, don't look at the stuff that you shouldn't otherwise. I'll donate your eyes to someone else. Suddenly, he pushed my hand away, kicked me, and started running toward my precious herb. Before he could reach it, I drew my sword and slashed his back. The man, bound in chains, was confused, his thoughts racing. What's going on? Why did my heart just flutter? Is there a problem? As his arm began to heal and stitch itself back together, I prepared to strike, muttering to myself, weird things happen one after another like never before. I'll chop you to pieces, no matter if you're a ghost or a god. He tried to fight back, but I blocked his attacks, only to be pushed away by his strength. He looked at me, then launched his own assault. Observing his technique, I couldn't help but think, his sword skills are a mess. He's using offense as defense with brute force. How reckless. Is there really no way to kill him? I jumped towards him and attacked his body. His head split open but then started slowly healing up. Suddenly, he started running from there. I was confused and angry, so I ran behind him. Then I attacked him again, breaking him into pieces. After that, I grabbed a strange thing. Then I used my system to look for information. Its corpse heart. Zhuang Yuzhen of the Ghost Sect placed his corpse heart in Chu Zhong, a former disciple of the Heavenly Sound School, who now serves as a spy. To destroy both Zhuang Yuzhen and his puppet, the corpse heart must be destroyed. Zhuang Yuzhen was thinking this feeling of being manipulated. I think someone took my corpse heart, so, anything you want to say? He replied, I'll confess everything when I see the flower. She was silent. Then somewhere in a corridor I was walking forward and asking Bai Shi, why did you ask me to come to the Wutian Pagoda? She told me it's the chief's order. The person inside will be at your disposal. If you can find out some useful information, the credit is yours. I said to him, and now I'm going to interrogate you. He shouted at me, what do you mean by sending a minion who's only in the realm of foundation building here? How could he have the flower of heavenly fragrance? Don't you try to fool me. I wondered, the flower of heavenly fragrance. No wonder the acting chief called me here. I do have the flower of heavenly fragrance. While he was shouting, I checked his information. Zhuang Yuzhen, an elder of the Ghost Sect in charge of cultivation training. He seeks the flower of heavenly fragrance and placed his corpse heart in Chu Zhong's body for safety. As long as the corpse heart lives, he can exist forever. He's stalling for time, claiming he'll confess once he sees the flower. I wondered, the corpse heart, what a coincidence. I told him, just shut your mouth. Your puppet Chu Zhong has been burned to ashes by me. Your corpse heart is in my hands. He was horrified, thinking he knows about Chu Zhong and the corpse heart. I took the heart out of my pocket and said, you don't believe me? Then I started squeezing it, and he began screaming. He was frightened, and I told him, I've taken all the treasures you had before imprisoning you here. You are no longer of use to the Heavenly Sound School. He was begging me and saying there's a treasure hidden in my left eye. Don't kill me. I'll teach you how to use the treasure. I'll give it to you in exchange for my life. I came closer to him and took out one of his eyes from its socket, and I started checking its information. Corpse flower seed. Once sprouted, all seeds within hundreds of miles will sprout simultaneously. If 12 corpse flowers bear fruit at once, the gate of death will open to a special realm. I told him it's corpse flower seed. After flowering, it can take you to the corpse realm. He was confused, saying, how do you know? But very few people in the world know how to plant the seed. Without me, you can't. I told him bury the corpses of ceaseless in the ground, one for each day, and after 7 days, the seed will take root and sprout. He wondered there's such a knowledgeable and well-informed person in the Heavenly Sound School. It's not my day indeed, and asked me, Elder, if I may ask, who are you? I replied, just a nobody in the Heavenly Sound School, not worth mentioning. If this thing really works, I will try to convince my sect to spare your life. 7 days later, as I buried the seed into the ground, I thought the last corpse. According to the instructions, the seed should sprout today. I remembered when Baishi told me, you have experience growing the flower of heavenly fragrance, a treasure you seized. I'll let you plant the seed. If you can open the gate to the corpse realm, all the credit is yours. I was shocked when it started sprouting. Send me it shooted out from the ground, and the skulls were launched into the sky, and the flower was a baby floating bud. The slate started buzzing into my pocket, and I took it out thinking the whispering organization is calling for a meeting again. Dark figures gathered. One asked, have you found any information about the flower of heavenly fragrance? They replied, not yet. Sorry, neither have I said. The Heavenly Sound School has the flower, and since the ghost sect came looking for it, it's no longer a secret, he replied. I didn't expect the new guy to be so well informed. However, this info isn't that valuable anymore. More importantly, the Corpse Realm flower sprouted 2 hours ago. One asked, Corpse Realm? The legendary realm full of treasures? Another added, I heard the planting method was lost. Has someone succeeded? I thought it seems the corpse flower sprouted about 2 hours ago. I guess the 7 animal skulls were shot into the sky in different directions to trigger the other seeds. He told one of them, your mission is to find a way to enter the corpse realm and then go to Sky Steel Mountain to copy the contents of the 6th steel. He asked, Elder, why the 6th? What about the others? Another told him, don't ask, just do it, he said. As for the rewards, information, techniques, secret skills, and elixirs are all available. Then we all bowed down. A dark woman approached me and said, I have a feeling we'll meet again soon. A while later, I wondered, this thing is growing bigger and bigger. A hand emerged from the flower, and then a woman walked out. She approached me, hugged me, and then teleported us away. Baishi and Hongya were watching it. Baishi told the corpse realm is full of magic treasures and opportunities. Did you send him on this rewarding journey on purpose to offer him a special favor? Hongya told her whether it's a rewarding journey or a danger-ridden trial, it depends on if he can come back alive. I was teleported in an unusual way to the corpse realm. The body with me dried up, and I thought, one flower blooms, hundreds bloom at the same time. Looks like many people have been teleported here. Where there are people, there's competition. I'd better be careful. All I need to do is find a mind cave full of spiritual power and mine it quietly to absorb the energy and improve myself. Only those who keep a low profile can have the last laugh. The mind cave over there looks nice. Then I noticed someone saying, come here. I was confused and looked around when it suddenly got silent. I wondered, it seems that something in the mountain is calling me over. Then, suddenly, the mountain disappeared. I ignored it and walked forward, thinking, dig in the huge mind cave. There are so many spiritual bubbles. I started digging when suddenly I heard a loud clang. It was a piece of human bone. From that bone, a woman formed. She kissed me on the lips and said, hey, handsome, come to find me. I wondered, what's that sound? It sounds like a woman's voice. I threw the bone aside, saying, if it's a woman, she'll only slow me down. Then she transformed into a monster and was about to attack me, but I ignored her. Suddenly, a man appeared and said, stop it. I wondered, a competitor is here already? If I fight him, it'll make too much noise and attract more enemies. Suddenly, he snatched the pickaxe out of my hand and said, how could you use such a crude tool? It'll damage things easily. I was confused. He added, look, you should do it like this, gently and slowly. He looked forward, noticed the human bone, jumped toward it, and picked it up. He shook my hand while crying and said, little pal, you are my lucky charm. Thank you. I wondered, if he knew I was going to throw this piece of bone away, would he still thank me? Then he asked, by the way, pal, have you seen something or someone in the cave? I was again confused, thinking, I haven't, but I did see something else. Then a woman hugged the man and said, hey, handsome, come and find me. He turned toward her and exclaimed, Mayor, I finally found you. Don't worry, I didn't forget my promise. I will get you out of here. He cried, Mayor, how could you be this cruel? How could you forget me? I was enjoying that moment. The man further added, it doesn't matter. Charming spirits tend to play the field. As long as I work hard enough, Mayor will remember me and fall in love with me again. He told me, pal, please help me dig. I was confused, thinking I picked this mine cave because I wanted to absorb the spiritual bubbles alone and hog the mineral resources in exchange for spiritual stones. If you stay here, my plan will be ruined, or I may as well just kill him. Suddenly, an explosion happened nearby. He jumped forward, shouting, who's out there causing trouble? If you destroy Mayor's body, I'll kill you. 3 men landed, and one said, we want this mine cave. Leave now, and I'll spare your pathetic lives. I thought 2 middle stage nascent soul experts and 1 peak stage golden elixir expert. I'm not their match. A smart fighter knows when to charge and when to retreat. I'll let them have the cave mine. I told him, okay. Gentlemen, you got it. We'll leave. The fat man was cursing at us when he suddenly kicked him. Another man tried to attack him using his water abilities, but he easily neutralized him. I was shocked, thinking, fire in the right hand and ice in the left. These 2 moves are way beyond the power of the nascent soul. Who on earth is he? He kicked him, and he broke into pieces. The fat man was frightened, thinking, my eldest brother is at the middle stage of nascent soul, and my 3rd brother is at the peak stage of golden elixir, yet he killed them both with 1 blow. The fat man started running away, saying, I'm number 1 when it comes to speed. You can't catch up with me, he exclaimed. Speed? Can you go faster than lightning? The fat man thought, lightning Mark? He's the one from that time. Before he could think further, he snapped his fingers, and lightning struck him as he screamed. I wondered, have I gone crazy? I shouldn't have fought him. His analysis results showed a question mark. He told me, see that, pal? I am invincible. He was assembling her bones, and the ghost lady was floating near him, and he was saying to her, the more bones you have, the more stable your spirit will be. Mayor, I can feel your soft skin already. Give me a little more time, and I can revive you. Then the ghost lady hugged his body and told him, when I get my body back, I'll have a lot of children with you, and blood came out from his nostrils. I asked him, Elder, you really don't want these gems? While hugging the ghost, he told me, you take them. Jiang. To me, those things are no different from regular stones on the street. When your cultivation base reaches a certain level, you may realize that what you are pursuing isn't actually what you really want. I thanked him for his advice, and said, but I hope you can help me understand 2 things. I asked first, why do you keep me alive? He was laughing and said to me, the reasons are threefold. For 1, I'm not a maniac. For 2, you helped me dig Mayor's bones, and for 3, as well as the most important reason, you resisted Mayor's seduction, which is very rare. I asked, my focus is on elsewhere other than girls right now. So, I thought, my goodness, abstinence saved my life again. I added also, if I may ask, why do you choose a charming spirit? With your cultivation base, I'm sure you can find any cultivation partner as you want, or is it because a charming spirit can be of special help to your cultivation? He undressed to reveal his scarred body and began putting his clothes back on. He said, understand now? Except for charming spirits, no woman would dare get close to me. I was born with a foul odor and an ugly face. My parents abandoned me when I was a little boy. Later, I was taken in by the Demonic Sect, where I started to cultivate. My master saved my life. My master said I had a natural connection with poisonous things, and that using poison to feed poison was the best cultivation method for me. Cultivation in my childhood was extremely painful. It was like living hell, but I know my gift is the only value that keeps me alive in this world. If I can't tough it through or survive, I'd be abandoned again. Swallowed all the poisonous things that my master found, and I survived. After I grew up, I had a few women who didn't dare disobey me, but I sensed their disgust. Then I met Mayor, whose eyes showed only excitement. When she's near, she's happy and full of love. I said, Elder, you love with your whole heart, and I'm so touched. I thought when your cultivation base is as high as his, you're right about everything. He claims to be from the Demonic Sect. His true strength is unfathomable. He told me, come to think of it, Jiang, you are also not to be underestimated. Very few in this world can resist the seduction of a charming spirit. I bet you hear that sound. I was confused, and he further added, you really don't know, or just pretend that you don't. The sound that only the chosen ones can hear. Someone walked forward, saying, I finally caught up. The Sky Steel Mountain can change its location. There are all sorts of strange things in the corpse realm. I must go up the mountain and check the contents on the 6th steel before it disappears again. After all, this is the mission assigned by Elder Dan Yuan. Not only will I greatly benefit from it, but I can also be generously rewarded by Elder Dan Yuan. It was Bai Zhu from Ghost Fairy. I asked the chosen ones, what do you mean? He told me the Sky Steel Mountain in the corpse realm comes and goes without a trace. On the mountain there are altogether 108 steels, including 36 heavenly spirits and 72 earthly warriors. Those ordinary cultivators who can comprehend the contents on one steel are considered unrivaled already, and Bai Zhu was counting them. He further explained rumor has it that if one can comprehend all the inscriptions, he can ascend to immortality and enter the immortal realm. Bai Zhu shouted 6. That's the steel Elder Dan Yuan talked about. But why does Elder Dan Yuan want the contents on this steel only? Could it be that he already has the inscriptions on the other steels and he's studied them all? He told me, when I was young, I had an opportunity to enter the corpse realm, and I saw the Sky Steel Mountain trying to call someone up. I thought it was me, but it wasn't. A few days ago, the Sky Steel Mountain appeared as soon as you stepped into the corpse realm. I could see clearly that it was calling you, Bai Zhu was also saying, but I'm not surprised. After all, Elder Dan Yuan was once summoned by the Sky Steel Mountain. People like him are, without exception, they both exclaimed in unison, seen as incomparable geniuses. I laughed and said to him, Elder, you must be joking. If I was really an unparalleled genius, would I sneak in here and mine secretly? I'd better get back to work, then. I started digging. In the stone mountain she was touching a rock, and on it was written, with a calm mind, you can see the entire world. She exclaimed, that's it. She started meditating there and said, the thing that Elder Dan Yuan wants must be something special. Light started emanating from the stone slab. When she opened her eyes, she was in the spiritual world of the steel, where she could see the entire world. The world was upside down, and she could see all living beings. She landed on a lake but was unable to see her reflection. A black substance surrounded her body and dragged her into the depths of the lake. She woke up from her meditation and started coughing up water from her mouth. She can see the entire world and all living beings, yet I can't see herself. As she thought, her cultivation base was too low, and she wasn't able to comprehend it fully. A few days later he was collecting her bone. I asked, what's that noise? He asked Mirror, do you know what's deep in this cave? She told us, I don't know, but the sarcophagus of the charming spirit is buried deep inside. There seems to be some sort of power that retrains me and prevents me from leaving. I wondered if it can restrain the charming spirit. It must not be a good thing. He told me, this place is full of spiritual power and restrains the charming spirit. There may be evil beasts or rare treasures inside, and it'll get more dangerous the deeper we go. We've dug out most of Mayer's bones. I need to gather materials to restore her body. Guard the cave while I'm gone, and I'll repay you double. I told an elder, you can count on me. He left, and the ghost woman began hugging me, saying, Jiang, feel it. My body feels more real and Kevya now. I drew my sword and made a slash, cutting the ghost woman's body in 2 pieces. She shouted at me, are you out of your mind? I waved my sword at her and told her, I know you seduce every man you meet out of instinct, and I know the elder doesn't mind you doing that. Even so, don't you dare harass me. She was angry and told me, I've seen countless men, and you are the first who's rejected me. I ordered her to be silent, someone is coming. You'd better hide. Do not take the elder's love for you for granted. No one can save you except for him. And she was angry at me. I asked, who's there? A man appeared and his name was Bu Haicheng. He said, fellow cultivator, we don't mean any harm. I asked, what do you want? And I thought they may be the accomplices of the people whom the elder killed earlier, and they were laying an ambush because they were intimidated by the elder's strength. That's why they didn't show themselves until the elder left. They want the mine cave. Then another lady appeared and her name was Snow Moon Fairy, and she asked me, has that person left? I told her, you mean the elder? I think you know very well if he has left. Would you dare to show up if he hasn't? She shouted at me, you are only at the late stage of foundation building. You are literally looking for death. Bu Haicheng asked Lady Snow Moon to calm down, assuring me they weren't there to cause trouble. He warned her to be cautious, as fighting the man might cost lives, leaving them unprepared for future threats. He then offered me spiritual stones to leave peacefully with my elder friend. I told them I don't mind, but the elder has something important to take care of in the mine cave, and I thought, including the experts lurking in the dark, there are at least 6 or 7 cultivators who are at the middle or peak stage of nascent soul and above nearby. Snow Moon Fairy asked me, what is he looking for in the cave? If he's looking for the same treasure as we are, I'm afraid. I told them he's inside waiting for someone to resurrect. That's all I know and all I can tell you. What about you guys? Why do you want to enter the mine cave? Turning around, she said to me, it's not something you should know, and you have no right to ask. I said, lady, don't you have any manners? I answered your question, and you should answer mine for an exchange. She shouted at me, but Bu Haicheng stopped her and told me, I do want to enter the mine cave, but we are looking for a treasure. Since we don't want the same thing, we can solve this problem peacefully. he explained. The seal of the mine cave will lift at sunset in 2 days. Ferocious beasts and evil spirits will emerge, and we will cast spells to suppress them and seize the rare treasure. Neither the beasts nor the magic formation can be handled by ordinary people. I used my abilities and the analysis result was Bu Haicheng, a true disciple of the Chakravartin sect at the early stage of Golden Elixir and a member of the Ultimate Beings, has one goal: to obtain the magic treasure in the mine cave. They told me as long as you agree to cooperate, we'll ensure your safety. Hope you'll think about it. See you. They disappeared and I wandered Ultimate Beings. Then I told everything to Shang and he said it seems that I have no time to rest now actually. I can also sense that something deep in the cave is about to emerge. They probably asked you to persuade me to leave because they fear my presence will disrupt their plan. But I won't leave until I have revived the charming spirit. I asked Elder, why do you have to do this? He replied, Jiang, it's alright, you can leave without me. With my cultivation base, I won't die easily. I stood up and said I guess I can't change your mind. I'll help you. Shannon was smiling at me and I wondered, what the heck am I doing? 2 days before sunset, we had dug out all of Mayor's bones, and we were celebrating. He turned sharply, and as the sun set, I said, this is it, the time they mentioned. They were walking towards us from the woods. Shannon told me they are going to cast a spell and lift the seal. Don't know what will come out of the cave. Jiang, it's dangerous here. You should leave. I need to finish the last step, tissue repair, for charming spirit's revival, and I need to do that alone. You've helped me enough. You can leave now. He threw some paper talismans of life on the ground, and light began to emanate from the skeleton. I wondered, so these are the materials he went out to look for that day. I left from there saying, Elder, I'll see you around. All the best. Xiangyan exclaimed, I'll have you revived soon. I met them both outside of the cave. Bu Haicheng asked, has that elder left? I replied, he has. Snow Moon Fairy told me, good. You come with us. I'll be responsible for your safety from now on. Bu Haicheng said, Fairy Snow Moon is a nascent soul expert. Your safety is absolutely guaranteed now. I was leaving from there with her and I thought I don't think she's going to protect me. Instead, she's going to kill me. Some cultivators came out from the woods and were standing before the cave entrance. They started using their power and shouted, let's do it. Inside the cave, Mayor's body slowly recovered until it was completely healed, and she hugged Shangan. Outside of the cave, the cultivators were making a magic circle in the sky. Bu Haicheng thought during the spell casting, I need to be vigilant in case someone disturbs the magic formation. He was placing her in the box and said, the organization Jiang mentioned has started to take action. We need to get out of here as soon as possible. She told him, Shangan, I want you. He asked, now here? She replied, the magic formation is still weak at the moment. It won't hurt us. If we don't do it now, who knows if we'll have another chance in the future. The nearby wall crumbled, and monsters emerged as Mayor and Shangan were getting into the box. Shangan raised a shield to protect both himself and her, saying, you are right. The formation has already been set. Leaving now or later makes no difference. If we leave right now, we'll probably be killed. I'd rather make this moment worthwhile. And they started doing their stuff that you kids should not know, but what about adults? Whatever, let's continue our story. Monsters were coming out of the cave, while on the other side, a monster was also entering Mayor's cave, doing his thing, and she was blushing. Outside the cave, monsters started running out, and the cultivators went after them, killing them. I and Snow Moon Fairy were watching the battle. I asked her, your plan has started. The spiritual beasts are pouring out from the cave. Is that also part of your plan? I replied, don't you think you ask too many questions? I told her I helped you persuade the man you were afraid of to leave so that you could start your plan without worries. I'm only asking you a few questions. Can't you just take some time to answer me? She told me, you're only at the late stage of foundation building, so quit whining. You're no longer of value to us, and I can kill you anytime I want. Up close, you won't have time to react, even with a magic protective tool. I replied, that's right. When this up close, you don't have time to react even if you have a magic protective tool. First, she was confused, then shocked when I made a sword slash across her chest. She fell to the ground. I approached her, called her name, and asked, lady, do you think you can answer my questions now? She asked me, who on earth are you? I replied, let's make it clear. You are the one who's no longer of value to me now. I can kill you anytime I want. Then I asked her, what's the treasure in the cave? She explained, it's the Earth Pole heart-devouring bead that devours everything. We've lifted the seal, so the ferocious beasts and evil spirits guarding it will emerge. The magic formation will suppress their power. Once we kill them, we can get the bead. I wondered, the power of all beings will be suppressed. Then Elder Shannon will be in danger. She asked me, I've answered your question. Can you spare my life? Raising my sword up, I told her, lady, I do appreciate you more when you act all smug and cocky. If you'd been polite to me, it wouldn't have even come across my mind to kill you. And now let me answer your question. And my answer is, I don't think so. Then I pierced my sword into her body, and she was killed. The couple finished the most important job of the times. They got up, and Mayor hugged him. She exclaimed blushing, "Shaman, you are amazing." Ominous energy began to emanate from the cave. Shaman said Jiang told that there's a treasure in the cave. Those people are here to seize it. The treasure is guarded by ferocious beasts. It must be of great evil. Now that the seal has been lifted, I can sense the danger already. We need to get out of here as soon as possible. Mayor told him actually, we can't get out. I've been stuck in this cave for too long, and I know it. The thing inside is too evil, and there's a magic formation outside. Even your cultivation base has been suppressed. That's why I had you stay and make love to me just now. He replied, we can get out. I've calculated. There's no problem. He bit his finger and said, I'm going to bet my whole life of hard training on this moment. Then he drew 2 lines of blood on his face as he started unlocking his spiritual power, the early stage of God refining, then the middle stage of God refining, followed by the late stage of God refining, and finally the consummation of God refining. Mayor covered her face from the light emitting from him as he reached the consummation of voidness return, with spiritual power emanating from him. Outside of the cave they were fighting with monsters. The cultivator noticed someone coming and thought how incredible his power is. That man is still inside. At this rate, the formation will be torn apart by him. It was Shannon carrying the box on his shoulders and running out of the cave. The monsters were following him and trying to attack him, but he was defending the box while fleeing. Cracks began appearing on the magical circle as Shannon emerged from the cave, effortlessly defeating the monsters. Outside of the cave, a cultivator shouted, if he keeps going on a rampage like this, we'll be done for. While others were fighting with the monsters, a cultivator requested, please cover me. I need cast a spell to maintain the formation. The cultivator used the magic circle on Shannon, suppressing him with a strong suction that pulled him back. As more monsters began to emerge from the cave, he realized that escaping was not going to be easy. I threw a magical weapon towards the cultivator, distracting him from the magic circle, which allowed the suppression on Shannon to end, freeing him. The cultivator shouted, Bu Haicheng, what are you doing? Cover me. He tried to catch me while thinking, there's nobody around except Fairy Snow Moon and that guy at the late stage of foundation building. The attack just now wasn't from Snow Moon, for sure. He was confused when he saw Snow Moon Fairy's body lying dead. I was laughing as I appeared behind him, slashed with my sword, and chopped off his head. He fell to the ground, dead. Shannon walked out from the cave and his whole body was on fire literally. Outside, the cultivator thought this guy's cultivation base is extremely high. Could he be the rare genius that the Skysteel Mountain once summoned? Why does he have to be here now? No, we must get rid of him while he's on the verge of collapse. He told them, let's strike together with full strength. They were going to attack him, but I shouted stop and blocked their attack. The cultivator was shocked, thinking, is this the guy at the late stage of foundation building that Bu Chenghai mentioned? He actually routed our combined strike with one single blow. He's at least at the peak stage of nascent soul. Now we are in trouble. I told them stop it. There's no reason for us to fight each other. It's only a coincidence that we encountered. Just go ahead and get the thing you want, and we'll run for our lives. If we fight each other, it'll be a lose situation. One guy said, boss, he's right. The guy who carries a sarcophagus is horrifyingly strong. The leader told them, come on, let's go inside. If you dare to trick us, you are dead. I was relieved when they left, but Shannon fell to the ground, wounded, and I called out to him to wake up. Inside the cave, the cultivator reached the place where the earth pole heart-devouring bead was. They wondered, it's easier than we thought. Suddenly, the skull on the wall began to vibrate, revealing a large monster, and they all got ready to fight. Outside the cave, Mayor was calling for Shannon. Energy started to surge from his belt, and he called out, Master. An old man appeared and said, Shannon, I told you to enter the corpse realm and kill her to forget affection and smash the immortality platform. Why didn't you listen? You're highly gifted and meant to be the strongest of all cultivators. Why waste your talent on a woman? He replied, no, I won't kill Mayor. I'd rather stop making progress. I was silently observing the situation. The old man added, Shannon, you shouldn't have become my disciple. You should have gone to the Infinity Sect. Shaking his head negatively, he replied, I won't join the Infinity Sect. The old man said, Shannon, you've only met a few women in your life. When you go to the Infinity Sect and meet more fairies, you'll realize true love isn't physical desire. He replied, I won't kill Mayor, neither will I join the Infinity Sect. The old man added, Shannon, your personality determines your future, which will be bumpy, hopeless, helpless, and painful. But no matter what, you must live. Stay alive. As long as you are alive, your future will be promising. And he disappeared from there. He called me Brother Jiang. I replied, Elder, I'm listening. He told me, help me get Mei out of here. I've set a formation, which can at least send one of us out. She was shocked and I was looking towards her. I replied, okay, I'll help you. Blood started flowing out from his body and he made up a formation. After that he thanked me for doing this. Light descended from the sky as he told me, this formation can send me out of the corpse realm. Please hurry, I'm running out of strength. I replied okay and he fainted. I used World in the Palm on him and he got teleported from there. I asked, you don't seem to be surprised. She explained, because I knew you wouldn't save me. You are no ordinary person, neither is Shannon. I had no idea that Shannon was that talented. He made progress in cultivation so quickly that it scared me a little. A rare talent like him shouldn't have died for me. I walked towards her and said, it's true. Then I kicked her toward the cave. Monster hands started grabbing her, and she shouted, you don't deserve Elder Shannon. She cried as the hands covered her entire body. I thought it's time to leave. One cultivator chopped off the monster's head and shouted, we did it. Hurry, get the treasure. The bead flew away, and he ordered, go after it. They began to chase it. As I flew through the woods, I noticed something is coming. I attacked but was confused when the pill stopped just before the tip of my blade. I analyzed the Earth Pole heart-devouring bead. It devours all living beings when awakened, creating something new. It's part of the celestial bead of silence and may reveal the main part through long-term contact. It can be sealed by chaos purple energy or destroyed by a heavenly blade. I wondered, Earth Pole heart-devouring bead, is this the rare treasure in the mine cave? Why do I always run into destructive evil things like this lately? Whatever, since it can be destroyed by heavenly blade, it must be its fate. I struck down the pill with my sword, releasing a huge amount of gas, which caught the attention of the other cultivators. The man told them it seems that the bead has been destroyed. He shouted, come on. I thought this bead must be restrained by the origin heavenly blade, otherwise, it wouldn't have been destroyed this easily. I hid the broken pieces of the pill in my pocket, sensing a strong murderous aura. The three people after the treasure were coming for me. I started running from there, the other cultivators following me. I thought I just destroyed the bead. They must have come to take revenge. I'm afraid I'm not able to take on three at once. They threw some weapons toward me, shouting, don't you run. Where are Bu Haichang and Fairy Snow Moon? Did you kill them? I tried to dodge them, but one hit my shoulder and I got injured. They prepared more weapons to attack me, saying you have nowhere to run. I wondered, I can't get rid of them. They all tried to attack me, and as we locked eyes, a mountain suddenly appeared and was calling me. They exclaimed, Skysteel Mountain, why did it appear here all of a sudden? Could it be that this person is the so-called? They called my name, Rare Genius, and tried to attack, shouting, bullshit, I don't believe it. But before they could continue, the mountain released a wave, and they were swept away by it. I wondered, Skysteel Mountain came to me itself. I guess I'd better respond to its call, and it's time to end this trial. I stepped onto the stairs of the mountain and started climbing when a girl was also climbing down. She was confused when she saw me. She called out, hey, there are 36 heavenly spirit steels up there, and each steel represents an obstacle. You'll get hurt if your cultivation base isn't high enough. But I ignored her and continued walking up the magical stairs of the mountain. She was shocked and exclaimed, on the top of the Skysteel Mountain, there are 36 heavenly spirit steels. There's an inscription on each steel, and every step has a formation. People with a low cultivation base can't pass it, and yet, he just climbed up like that. I was touching the stone slabs, which depicted various types of martial arts techniques. As I walked towards the top of the mountain, I stood there looking down, thinking about the view from the top of the mountain. I inhaled the air and then sneezed loudly. Suddenly, a voice asked me, are you going to let out a shout? That's so tacky. I turned back, and it was Hong Yuya. I asked, Elder, what brings you here? She told me, I got some free time, so I'm here to take a look and check on you. When I heard that, my heart felt pierced by an arrow, and I exclaimed, check on me? She told me, I'm so impressed that you actually reached the top of the Skysteel Mountain. She came closer to me, put her hands on my shoulders, and said, don't talk. Rarely can one get the opportunity to study the last steel on the mountain and be enlightened, so go ahead and start studying it. I was meditating there and replied, okay. She was observing me as I was meditating there when the stone slab started emanating light. She walked down the stairs, releasing her energy, which was so immense that anyone could see it from miles away. A little girl asked, what's that? The spiritual power is so strong. Someone replied, don't you get it? It means don't get close, or you'll be killed. When I opened my eyes, I saw a veil hovering above my head, and a golden dragon was surrounding me in a beautiful ocean. A strange light was coming from a stone. I grabbed the stone and opened my eyes in the real world. She asked me, finished studying it? I was shocked when I saw blood across her body. I asked, Elder, you are hurt? She replied, I'm fine. Just a piece of cake. No big deal. On the stairs, there were countless dead bodies lying there. I said, the sun is going down. I can't believe I studied it for a whole day. It felt like just a few brief moments. She told me, silly boy, it's been a month already. I was shocked, and then I looked towards the dead bodies lying on the stairs of the mountain. She told me, each of the 36 heavenly spirit steel on Sky Steel Mountain is a precious treasure, especially the one at the top, which only the chosen can approach. Standing there means you've reached the immortality terrace, making you a target. I killed anyone who tried to climb up here in the past month. I bowed down in respect and told her I'll never forget this big favor. She replied, don't flatter yourself. I did it for myself. If you can't be of help to me, I'll kill you anytime I want. She flicked my head saying, let's get down to business. You studied it for a month. What have you learned? I replied, not much. She shouted, what in that case? I may as well just kill you now to vent my anger. I requested, Elder, please don't. I, Jiang Hao, would like to sacrifice everything for you, even my life. She told me, forget it. Enlightenment can be extremely profound. No one can ascend to immortality just by studying the steel alone. For a certain enlightenment, it could take a long time to comprehend. Who knows, maybe one day you'll suddenly understand it. By the way, let me tell you something that may interest you. During the month you were studying the steel, I discovered something that shocked the entire cultivation world. The chief of the Venom sect of the demon realm took his disciple to the Infinity sect of the immortal realm, hoping they can take his disciple in. I wonder, the Venom sect, the Infinity sect, Elder Shannon must be taken there by his master. It seems that everything I do in the corpse realm is watched by her. She added, a chief of a demonic sect risked his life to ask an immortal realm to take in his demon disciple, on condition that his disciple's life be saved. It's sensational news indeed. To everyone's surprise, due to the rare talent of the disciple, not only did the Infinity sect agree to take him in, but the elders also fought hard for becoming his master. In the end, the chief accepted him as his last disciple. I told her, Elder Shannon was obsessed with affection and guilty about disappointing his master. He disobeyed his master to dig out the charming spirit in the corpse realm and join the Infinity sect. In the end, I tricked him into leaving the corpse realm. Suddenly, the whole place started rumbling, and a beam of light shot out towards the sky, leaving me confused. Hong Yuya explained, you broke through the 36 formations of the heavenly steels on the Sky Steel Mountain and achieved enlightenment by studying the last steel. The mission here in the corpse realm is finished, and the realm will close now. Those are formations to teleport us out. I exclaimed, but I don't think I've learned anything from it. She told me, sometimes, don't focus on what you can get. Instead, think about what you can leave behind. I asked, what can I leave behind? Then an image of me formed on the stone slab. We started teleporting from there, and she told me the Sky Steel Mountain isn't that simple. You achieved enlightenment right in front of it, and it memorized your image. Simply put, your name has been engraved on the mountain. I got teleported back to my garden. I slowly walked toward my bed and jumped on it, exclaiming, I'm exhausted. While I was sleeping, some magical words were hovering around me. Bai Ji was massaging Hong Yuya and asked, what do you think about him? She replied, a once-in-a-lifetime talent. Though his abilities haven't yet fully displayed, he's definitely got a promising future. A few days later, in the spiritual herb garden, the little boy was saying to me, senior brother, I've been taking good care of the spiritual herb garden for the past few months while you were gone. I asked, is that so? I tried to flick his head with my finger, but he was able to stop me. He told me, senior brother, I can also make progress. The same move. Then I delivered a palm strike to his stomach, and he was thrown back, screaming. I told him the spiritual herbs are obviously damaged. This punch is for your dereliction of duty. He was lying down near a broken tree. I added, but you can take the strength of my punch now. You've indeed made progress. I thought, although I still can't hold a candle to a talent like him. Someone called me, saying, senior brother, it's not his fault. She grabbed my hand, dragged me with her, and her tears floated in the air. I was confused as we went to a secure place where no one could find us. I asked her, are you a new recruit? She said, I absorbed some herbs, so they look withered. Junior brother Lin Chuan had nothing to do with it. I'm Bu Qing, a new student. I have a chronic disease and wounds, so I came here to tend to the herbs and absorb spiritual energy to recover. If you don't believe me, let me show you my wound. I replied, no need. Please put your clothes back on. She came closer to me, grabbed my hand, and said, senior brother, you don't believe me? You can touch it. I looked into her information while thinking that it's not a good sign that she's throwing herself at me. Gu Qing from the falling immortal tribe overheard secrets while stealing from the Bright Moon School, so she's on the run. She joined the Heavenly Sound School as an inner disciple to hide her spy identity and came to the herb garden to absorb spiritual energy and recover. She's using a seduction charm on you to eliminate you and take your place as the herb garden caretaker. She told me, I also want to perform dual cultivation with you. If you are free tonight, I'll come to pay you a visit. When my finger touched her body, I shouted, yuck, so disgusting, and ran away crying. I said, women's bodies are so disgusting. You are so bad. She looked visibly angry. She shouted, you don't like women, She thought no wonder my seduction charm doesn't work on him. I told her, come on, you're being bad. Don't say it out loud. We are good sisters. When she heard that, she started vomiting and got goosebumps as I said, let me tell you, junior brother Lin Chuan is mine. Don't try to steal him away from me. Got it? As long as you leave him alone, you can do anything you want in the herb garden. I left from there saying it's a deal then, and she was standing there petrified. I was carrying him on my shoulder while thinking that was a close one. She's a spy at the middle stage of God refining, which is 2 whole levels higher than mine. If she knew I'm immune to seduction charm, she'd definitely kill me. A scroll started flying towards me. It was a message from the chief saying, later this month, the Bright Moon School will hold a Tao debating convention to establish a foundation for Chu Jie's cultivation path. I want you to attend the event with me and bring Lin Chuan along so he can meet his friend. I thought, build a foundation for her cultivation path. They'll skip the training and directly support that little girl in the name of the way of heaven and earth by extracting the essence of the sun and moon. Only a peerless genius gets this treatment. Lin Chuan will see the stark difference between a born immortal and an ordinary nobody. I wonder if he can still face this childhood sweetheart after this experience. A few days later, Bu Qing was meditating and thinking soon. My wound will heal very soon. The people of the Bright Moon School would never guess that I'd hide in a demon sect to recuperate. The people of the Heavenly Sound School aren't that smart either. A man requested, lady, you aren't allowed to use the herbs this way. And they was saying to her, if the herbs are damaged, senior brother Jiang will scold us. That's right, please try to understand. But she attacked them and said I might have considered your words if you were inner disciples. But you are only 2 errand boys. How dare you lecture me? It's ridiculous. Someone walked forward, saying, the night breeze embraces the autumn moon. It was the inspector, who added, junior sister, you've just joined our school, yet you are so quick-tempered. She replied that's not true and tried to convince him by saying I'm seriously ill. I killed them because I had no other choice. She came closer to him and said if you let me off, I'm willing to do everything for you, but he directly spat on her face. She was confused and he told her drop the act. I know you are concealing your cultivation base, and that you are a spy who's pursued by the Bright Moon School. She said since you know who I am, you must also know how powerful I really am. Even if I'm wounded, I'm still a voidness return cultivator who's way stronger than you are. I'll release my power and show you my true strength. He told her, haven't you noticed? Your cultivation base didn't improve. She vomited out blood. He explained, I, Lu Xingchen of the Law Enforcement Hall of the Heavenly Sound School, never take on a battle unprepared. I've fully prepared for this visit way before I came here. Days ago, I received a message from junior brother Jiang Hao. There's a spy named Gu Qing in the Heartbroken Cliff. She stole the secret treasure of the Bright Moon School, and she's in the realm of God refining. I asked junior brother Jiang to poison the herb field. The spiritual energy you've been absorbing these days is actually colorless and odorless poison. Your illness hasn't recovered, and now you are poisoned. You are no stronger than a nascent soul cultivator. You can't scare me. Bu Qing said, so despicable. Lu Xingchen replied, thank you for your compliment. Bu Qing tried to attack him, saying, I'll let you die with me. Suddenly, 2 men jumped out from behind her, started glowing, and then exploded. But she survived and shouted, you think you can kill me that easily? The entire Bright Moon School couldn't even catch me, let alone your Heavenly Sound School. He smiled, then opened one eye, and a light burst out, distracting Bu Qing. He punched her, sending her crashing into some trees. He used the immortal binding rope on her, binding her body and injuring her. She looked at me as I mocked her. She was been dragged away by Lu Xingchen, and I thought a pro was being professional. There's no need for me to deal with every undercover agent by myself. Lu Xingchen, well done. What is it? I feel so dizzy all of a sudden. It's the celestial doom bead. The seal is broken. I started fixing the seal with World and the Plam and it got repaired. I wondered it's too dangerous carrying a wicked item like this. But I didn't notice that the celestial doom bead was forming a thread and connecting me to another person who was laughing. The old man said, acting chief, the Bright Moon School belongs to the Immortal Sect, while our Heavenly Sound School belongs to the Demon Sect. We don't have a beef with them, neither do we ever have any interaction with them. All of a sudden, they required a meeting with us. Aren't they afraid that we'd attack them? Baishi replied, I'm not sure. The leader of the Happiness Chamber told them, in my opinion, they are just a bunch of condescending hypocrites. They only want to show their power to us in the name of capturing a fugitive. I'm curious to see how many of them are sent here and what kind of people they are. Someone walked forward and they were all shocked when they saw a single person coming up. He introduced himself to Baishi. I'm Subai of the Bright Moon School. school and he greeted everyone. The leader of the happiness chamber shouted, "The Bright Moon School sent you only? Are you trying to insult our heavenly sound school? We could just drown you with our spit." He replied, "No, we have no intention of insulting your school at all. It's just that it's enough for me. I wondered to come alone how." Suddenly a man appeared there saying, "Let me, Man Long, one of the true disciples of the Heavenly Sound School, challenge you." He readied his punch to attack and said, "Let me see how sincere your school is." The other replied, "My pleasure." Bai Shi was analyzing his cultivation base. Then the man tried to attack him, but Su Bai easily blocked his strike. He attempted to kick him again, but Su Bai dodged. The man threw a few more punches, all of which Su Bai easily blocked. Finally, he delivered a massive punch, but once again, Su Bai blocked it effortlessly, leaving the man exhausted. Su Bai said, "It seems that it's a tie. Man Long, you are indeed different." Man Long bowed and said, "You won, fair and square," and thanked him for accepting his challenge. Bai Shi thought, to accommodate Man Long's cultivation base, Su Bai reduced his own to the late stage of nascent soul. Every move he made guided Man Long to exert his power to the maximum, helping him break through his bottleneck and advance from the peak stage of nascent soul to the early stage of God refining in a short period of time. What a precious fellow cultivator he is. Su Bai said, "Dear fellow cultivators, does anyone else want to challenge me anytime?" The leader of the happiness chamber shouted, "Mister, you are so composed and calm. You seem very confident. What is your cultivation base anyway?" Everyone behind him was shouting, "I'll beat him up," spinning a stick on his fingers. Su Bai replied, "How do I put this? Judging by the strength of your heavenly sound school, those below the level of elders aren't my match, and for those above the elders, it's a life for a life." Everyone was enraged by his words, and a cultivator suddenly tried to attack him, but Su Bai easily dodged. The attacker attempted a kick, but Su Bai blocked it effortlessly. The old man said to me, "Have you noticed, whether it's foundation building, golden elixir, nascent soul, or God refining, Su Bai can adjust his own cultivation base to match his opponents, and everyone who fights him ends up making a breakthrough. Would you like to give it a try?" "It's quite beneficial," I replied. "I'll pass," he exclaimed. What a coward. Everyone was lying on the ground, defeated by Su Bai. But when they woke up, they all celebrated because they had broken through. Bai Shi thought, very nice. The challenge helped many disciples make a breakthrough, which is the greeting gift of the Bright Moon School. Su Bai said, "Acting Chief, may I take the fugitive Gu Qing away now?" She replied, 1,000,000 spiritual stones. Behind her, 2 elders also agreed, and Su Bai dealt with them. Gu Qing was brought forward, injured, and handed to Su Bai. He thanked Lu Xingchen. The wounded woman shouted, "Could you let me see someone before we leave? I promise I'll cooperate after we return. Otherwise, I'll fight to the end." Su Bai asked, "What do you say, Acting Chief?" She replied, 200,000 spiritual stones. He agreed. She called out to me, "You, come here." I asked, "What do you want?" "You are a fugitive from the Bright Moon School, and you snuck into our Heavenly Sound School as a spy. You brought this on yourself. Don't blame me. All I did was report you." Suddenly, she jumped towards me and kissed my cheek before leaving. I was left confused. Su Bai thanked the acting chief and said, "See you at the Tao Debating Convention." She replied, "Okay, see you." He said, "I'm taking my leave," and then they left. The disciples gathered around me, asking questions about what had just happened. I told them, "No, she did that on purpose to sow discord. She set me up." Hong Yuya, watching from afar, thought, Bright Moon School, Tao Debating Convention. It's getting more and more interesting. I was gardening when, suddenly, my head started hurting, and I thought, it's happening again. The seal of the celestial doom bead is becoming more unstable. Something or someone is interacting with its power. Someone was approaching, and I thought, if it breaks out of the seal, it will plunge all living beings into misery and suffering. I tried to escape, but the man followed me. I flew through the woods and used a secret concealing talisman, thinking, let me conceal my aura and become invisible for now. While hiding, I thought, this way, he can't find me anymore. Suddenly, someone said, "You're too naive." He was standing behind me, saying, "I can find you wherever you go." I was confused and asked, "How?" He replied, "That hickey. Her blood has seeped into your body. I can sense and locate her blood unless you burn to ashes." I lunged at him, trying to attack, but he didn't move. I jumped back, thinking, something's not right. I asked, "Why don't you dodge?" He retorted, "Why don't you stab me?" While he was shouting, I analyzed him, and the results were Li Bo. With the Doom Constitution at the early stage of God refining, he's set to detonate the celestial doom bead and destroy everything. I took my sword out and said, as it turned out, he's sent by those death-seeking bastards of the ultimate beings. No wonder he's this arrogant. I was going to attack him and was saying, if you want to be stabbed, I'll grant your wish right now. I made a sword slash and blood started coming from him. He shouted, you are attacking me. The celestial doom bead will soon explode. The bead shot out from my clothes and was about to explode, but I used my power to compress it with the infinite seal. I was relieved when it stopped. He jumped and shouted, it can't be. The purpose of my whole life is to detonate the celestial doom bead? I can't die a meaningless death like this. I couldn't move my body, and I thought, someone, please stop him. Suddenly, someone slashed with a sword, and I slowly fainted. It was Hamuya. The man was lying on the ground, blood coming from his mouth, and he was saying, I don't want to give up. What does my life even count for? She landed, kicked his head, and said, it counts for nothing. I slowly drifted into sleep. When I opened my eyes, I saw her near a fire. She said, you're awake? I asked, my lady, did you save me? She replied, of course, I did. I asked, is that one of your magic weapons? She told me, it was a close call, but you survived. How do you want to deal with this evil, destructive thing? I replied, I'm not sure. Keeping it by my side is better than letting it fall into someone else's hands and putting all living beings in danger. I don't want to die, but if this bead explodes, there'll be nowhere left for us to live. She gave me a pill and said, when that day comes, please die somewhere far away. Don't get me or our sect involved. I wondered, if that day really comes, it won't matter how far you hide. I guess. My head started hurting again. She told me, you can seal the bead because of your special spiritual root. Even though you were trying to protect yourself, you did save the world. You exhausted your cultivation base and spirit. You should feel lucky that you're only suffering from after effects like this. I told her, it hurts so bad. She let out a long sigh and closed my eyes. As she hugged me, I asked, my lady, what are you doing? She said, have you ever heard of absorbing yin to replenish yang through yin-yang dual cultivation? She began taking off my clothes and told me, in this world, there's no better source of yin than me, and then she started dual cultivation with me.